So, 15 hours ago, there was this article posted by the Washington Post, right? I saw it because it popped up in the little Microsoft browser. And the article reads, or it's titled, California City Votes to Criminalize Helping People in Homeless Camps. Okay, I'm like, okay, so this has been like a growing problem if you live anywhere near a big city, whether it's like East Coast, West Coast, Texas even. So, I asked for a ChatGPT summary of the article, like after I'd gone through it, to synopsisize, like first stream, synopsisize. We're going to act like that's an actual word. On Tuesday, the city of Fremont, California, passed a controversial measure that criminalizes aiding or abetting homeless encampments. This move comes in the wake of the Supreme Court's June ruling in Grant Pass versus Johnson, which empowered cities to restrict homelessness, even in the absence of adequate shelter space. The Fremont ordinance goes further than simply banning homeless camps. It imposes misdemeanor charges on anyone who helps or supports such camps, including distributing food or offering other services. Violators could face fines up to $1,000 or 6 months in prison. Obviously, that's like, oh, Albuquerque downtown? Yeah, homeless central. Right, but it's like, okay, there's people do it for different reasons. Like, I have personal reasons that I don't give out to panhandlers anymore, right? But my dad has always been the type of person where it's like if he has a couple bucks on him and he sees someone homeless, he's gonna give it to them. It shouldn't be criminalized to like help people who are homeless, right? I think we can all agree. Like anyone, if you talk to anyone in a different country, like my friend in the UK was joking, they're like, yeah, we have no homeless people here. I'm like, so if I go over there and I'm down on my luck for a little bit, am I gonna be the first one? He's like, no, because there's government resources in place, right? Legal experts and advocates have raised concerns about how the broad and vague language of the new law, particularly the lack of clear definitions of what constitutes aiding or abetting. They warn that this could criminalize actions typically associated with charity and social work, like distributing food, water, or providing legal advice to unhoused individuals. While Vermont's mayor argues that policy balances compassion for the homeless with public safety, critics say it could have chilling effects on charity efforts and exacerbate punitive responses to homelessness rather than addressing its root causes. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, bro, all the people that made the YouTube fucking careers out of, I'm like, damn, Mr. Beast, like, never could have made it without fucking poverty tourism, right? So I'm like, this is concerning. With over 150 cities already passing laws targeting homeless camps, Vermont's policies could set a precedent, raising concerns about the broader implications for the rights of homeless individuals and those who seek to help them. Duh. Obviously, if like one city gets away with passing it, it's like it could, especially in, yeah. Tu te souviens de moi? Tu te souviens de moi? In English? Yeah. Well, they're trying to pass it. I don't know if it's passed yet. So all of this got me thinking, right? And I'm just like, damn. I watched this really good video essay. I'll find out who it is. I'll remember the name. About how there's no public bathrooms anymore, right? And I feel like you feel this a lot more in big cities than you would probably in like suburbia. So I looked up like why did they start putting those don't help panhandler signs up, right? Just curiosity started turning the gears in my brain. And I was less than thrilled with the AI info like overview summary that was offered, which read, the handouts don't help signs are dedicated. Oops. Is the paper bothering you? No. No, I'll always try and like pronounce something if someone like writes me in a different language. Google Translate is our friend. Like if you don't try, you know? So why do they put up those don't help the panhandler signs? The AI overview summary read, the handouts don't help signs are designed to encourage people not to give money to panhandlers and instead donate to local organizations that provide for those in need. Obviously, not a great answer. Like no shit, of course. And you know how like private organizations and nonprofits are, right? Notoriously like completely absent of corruption and you know. All right. Bye bye. Bye bye. So yeah, of course, there's gonna be huge, like, that raises huge red flags for me. Like, oh yeah, don't give to them directly, give to the middleman. Like, they're trying to encourage people to give to the middleman, which I understand, right? Because there's obviously gonna be stipulations, like for people's accessibility and stuff. We're reading an AI overview. It's like the Google search results because we're talking about homelessness and how Vermont, California is setting to criminalize assisting the homeless, which is very interesting. So I was just talking about how I looked up like why did we initially start with the like don't help panhandlers signs, and I was like less than thrilled with the AI overview that says the hand don't help like don't they're encouraging people to give to the local organizations that provide support to those in need. And it's like, of course, no shit, but it's like obviously local corporations, nonprofits specifically, of course, like are traditionally linked, not traditionally linked to corruption, but they're a lot more prone to it, right? Because there's a lot of tax write-offs and stuff. Um, like I'd be curious if the organizations like lobbied or encouraged the government to like enforce campaigns like this or at least criminalization, right? Um, and of course, like personal experience is going to play into this. And just to play devil's advocate on that front, when I was like 18, my first apartment, I lived in like a really seedy part of town. I always saw the same homeless guy. He's like 75 years old, maybe not, but really old man on the corner of the bus stop every day when I drove home from work. And I had like a convertible at the time, and he's like, I thought he would always like bug me for money, but he's like, no, you look like you're like going out and accomplishing stuff. Would never ask me for anything. But every time I had like $5 or $2, even when it was my last $2, I'd give it to him, right? And I was like broke back then, like did not work a good job for a good area. And dude, I'm at the Arco by my house one day, and I see like Hobo Joe, the same fucking guy, and he whips out like a giant Ziploc bag full of 20s. Like he probably had hundreds to thousands of dollars in there, and he fucking got like $60 worth of stuff at the 7-Eleven. Like, and I don't think he was like rolling in it like that, but I think he was just completely like he's not gonna do anything with that like money. And I had like a moment that day where I was like, damn, getting smokes, getting fucking lottery tickets, getting all the shit that your parents are like, oh no, he's just gonna spend it on drugs. It's like, ugh, just a disappointing moment, right? Like, super duper. And there's obvious arguments against, I'm sure, like, it's probably one of the most abused forms of, what is it, like, commodifying people's kindness, like, trying to take advantage of, like, public service, I guess. Of course, you see, like, well, maybe not everywhere, but in big cities, like in New York, you'll see people fucking with a nice ass watch on that didn't like really give into the homeless bit that much. They're just like by a bus stop or something, you know? Homeless people. Yeah, and a lot of people, especially I grew up in like a very conservative area. A lot of people have that stipulation where it's like, I'm not gonna give no homeless guy $5, but fuck, like, can you imagine being criminalized for like handing out Taco Bell tacos? And of course, it's like, you know, how laws are here. Once it starts, especially when it's in a major city, whether it's like West Coast or East Coast, it's like, okay, hang on. And yeah, homeless people are fucking, they're dope. My dad has a very soft spot for the homeless. He did like a lot of social work stuff. So there's a company called NPR. There's a podcast on that company called 𝕷𝖛𝖏 America. They did a podcast, and it was called "Should You Give Money to Panhandlers?" Actually, I don't know how pertinent this is, honestly, because I'm like, we don't need another podcaster's opinion. I was like, I like her, like, yeah, no, I think it's more common that they're just going to give you $1,000 fine. But I just want to talk about why, right? It's like, because there are definitely arguments to be made that money given to homeless people is probably misappropriated a lot of the times. But I'm like, When are we like home of the free, land of the brave? Sounds so dumb. Sounds so dumb. But I don't know if it's like this in every state, right? But most places, you can't even can live in your car. I don't know what the law is here. Let me see. It was a. It's not like a. Hold on. It's not like a federal law. It's just a county in California is trying to pass. On Tuesday, the city of Fremont, California, passed a controversial measure that Yeah, that is a good question. A controversial measure is not like a legal amendment, right? So I'm like, I guess we should clarify what we're talking about. Sorry. Fremont, California, criminalizing homelessness. It's an ordinance. That's the legal term for it. So they're passing an ordinance that prohibits causing, permitting, aiding, abetting, or concealing encampments in or upon any public property. So a lot of people's concerns too is how like vague they're keeping the verbiage, right? Do they need to help the people out? Exactly, right? There's no solutions. It's all, I mean, yeah, with at the risk of getting too political, it's always like, yeah, we need to stop abortion. It's like, okay, I'm willing to hear you on why you think it's bad, but it's like the most basic arguments in the world, but like, are we doing anything to help like struggling families? Okay, great. We need to stop aiding the homeless. Great. Are you guys gonna do it? Because I know our government assistance isn't particularly. I wouldn't write home about it, or write out of home, I guess. I'm like just popping in and out. Sorry. Sorry. So, I don't know if it's like this in every state, right? But most places, you can't even legally live in your car. Like, there was a period of time where someone I was very close to was situationally homeless, right? Like, just having issues at home and was just like, would go to the gym and sleep in her car and blah, 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 periodically until she could like get shit together, get a couple paychecks together, get a deposit down for an apartment. And of course, she would come crash at like friends' houses. She would, she wasn't like in her car all the time, but it's like, okay, situationally homeless. It happens like way more than you'd think. And especially in very like, very expensive areas, inflation, blah, 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 like all the boring talking points. But like in New York, for example, right? In the 5 boroughs of New York City, it will be handled by the New York Department of Motor Vehicles Traffic Violation Bureau. Like that's serious, dude. Fines for so if you get caught like sleeping in your car, for example, if you're just sleeping in your back seat, like literally don't have anywhere else to go, right? Finally get a car after being homeless. Fines for operating an unregistered vehicle. Oh, never mind. I'm like, oops, I got the wrong piece of information. I wrote in my docket the wrong piece of information, but I'm sure it's a lot there too, okay? And then another example, in California, for example, the cost of a ticket for inhabiting a vehicle in California. So it starts at $25, that's base, but normally it's like 50 because I think it's like after 3 days that you have to pay that. And then if you're cited for a second violation within 1 year or of a prior violation, the fine's 200. For a third subsequent violation, the fine's 250, right? So if you're fucking homeless, you're trying to get it together. There's nowhere to fucking like, and then it's like, okay, I'm like, I was talking to my friend a little bit before I did this stream because I'm like, okay, it's like what, you know, do, what did you feel like your options were when you were homeless? And it was like her job was a huge like lifesaver there, but also it's like no one says government resources first, right? No one at all. And of course, you can go to like local shelters and stuff, but a lot of times there's a lot of like dehumanizing like limitations. Yeah, exactly. A lot of dehumanizing limitations. And it's just really easy to like not everyone, but a lot of people in major cities, especially people with kids and stuff, are a couple paychecks away from not being able to pay rent, right? So it's like this is a huge problem to the point where I'm like, okay, people who I have always thought to be very like financially stable are like not like struggling, but like yeah, everyone's been a little fucking tight with their wallets lately, like we're all bracing for the worst. So that, like, as far as not being able to live in your car, right? And also, if you keep fucking living in your car and like the cops are just like looking for your car all around town and they keep seeing you sleeping in it, they can take you to jail for 6 months. Like, it's the system is like set up for you to fail. Like, there, obviously. And of course, there's everyone's gonna say there's homeless shelters, blah blah blah. But I'm like, bruh. When you're literally in survival mode, you're not gonna be in problem solving mode, right? Like, my friend that like lived in her car for a little bit, she had, I forget what was wrong with it, but her battery port in her car was broken. So she couldn't even charge her phone in her car. So it was like, okay, charge as much as I can, go to like a coffee shop. You end up like fucking spending $5 because you don't want to look like a loser loitering all day. Like, there's, and then it's just like survival. You're going to work, you're like, fuck, let me go to the gym and like, it's just, it's never going to be like a good position. I am from the USA. Thank you. I'm from the USA. So, with it literally being illegal to live in your car or inhabit your vehicle, as they want to say it, and the Supreme Court is literally on the verge of criminalizing homelessness, it's like, anyways, like it's literally on the verge of criminalizing homelessness. Like, and that was from an article 10 hours ago. That headline, the Supreme Court's on the verge of criminalizing homelessness, which there could be like merit to that, right? Because if the California thing ends up going to the Supreme Court and they rule on it, not we're fucked. Because I'm like, I'm a firm believer that, and honestly, any major, like, knock on wood, blue state is probably going to protect you to like some degree with that. But I'm like, I mean, I'm not worried about like being homeless, but I'm like, my friend, you guys know Zoe, she fucking goes and like gives sandwiches and shit to homeless people on her days off. I'm like, okay. So the New York Post. Oh, yeah. That's the end of that story. I'm like, just moving right onto the bad news, dude. Nothing cheerful. Nothing cheerful. I'm like, thoughts on this? I'm like, I don't know where Jem is tonight. I'm like, tragic. Tragic. I feel like she'd have some insightful stuff to say. But I'm like, life is hard. Sometimes you gotta. Yeah, and I'm like, bro, even like the people that would criticize Mr. Beast super heavily and be like, oh, well, you're not being altruistic. You're just giving food to that homeless person for, self-fulfilling reasons. It's like, okay, all right. And like at the end of the day, at least the fucking homeless guy still got food, right? Like, that's always been like I don't care if you're like poverty tourism-ing, poverty tourisming, or you're a poverty tourist, as long as you're actually fucking helping people, actually, who gives a shit, right? In other bad news, so I'm like, what do you guys think? I'm like, but that's the thing, is that's exactly how it's going in my state. I'm like there's no public bathrooms anywhere. There's, like, it's just, and it's only gonna get worse. I'm like, I don't know what they expect to, because normally they just go to major cities where because in suburbia, they're not gonna be as tolerant of fucking Skid Row as they would be in like LA, right? But if they're gonna start like driving them out of the major cities too, it's like, I don't know what the fuck the plan is. They're gonna start being like, they're gonna immigrate to other countries. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, does anyone have any thoughts on this issue? No? Okay. All right, we're gonna move on to our next news story. Do you guys like this format? I'm like, I know it's a little ghetto. I don't have like any of my. Hold on. Taking a little break. Gotta check my DMs. Hold on. Hold on. I know, I've been closing a lot lately. I know. And that's the thing, is so I understand like where people's like hesitation comes from, but it's like, okay, that, and now like living on the street and stuff, it's like, so where do we draw the line? Because of course you like, people who will not get help, will not like intervene for themselves and have no intention to like do any better, and they're just like pissing in bathrooms or whatever, like living in bathrooms. Of course you don't want that. And that's what like the homeless people a lot of people encounter in like big cities and shit. But I'm like, yeah, let's go. But where do we draw the line? Because I'm like, those people who are like situationally living in their car, and it's like bro, if I could just like use a bathroom to like comb my hair and like brush my teeth, you know? So, and that's the thing is like that's where the argument lies, right? Because I mean, same thing with like, I don't want to say that too loud, but like, thank you. Bathrooms, it's like, okay, oh, like these 6 cases of like someone being a predator, it's like, okay, what are we gonna like prioritize this or like the thousands? I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to get too far into that one. But yeah, we were just talking about how. And thank you. Yeah, let's move on. Sorry. I'm like information compiling. Yes, but I'm like that's the thing is I'm like I don't know if you've like spent a lot of time working with the homeless. I'm like I do know Squid Game. I've not watched the second one. I don't know how common that is or if it's like a real threat. I'm like I'd have to like look at a couple like different sources for statistics because I'm just like I feel like I don't know, risk versus reward, you know? And when it's your government, it's your job to like protect them and then you weed out the bad eggs or whatever, so to speak. You know? Oops. I just threw down my fresh paper. Sorry, Peanut. I knew I was doing something. I'm like no, but like I said, I did have one person very close to me that was situationally homeless for a period of time. And I know it was a struggle, even though she had like friends, like couches and stuff to crash on. It's like, that's how she put it to me. It was like, I felt like I was in survival mode all the time, you know? So it's like, I feel like it's gonna be fucking, everything is just fucking lo-fi. Or not even lo-fi. AI. It's so annoying. It actually is. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about then. So I'm like, my compassion is like very strong because of like situations like that. But do I think it should be criminalized to, and there could be an argument to be made that, because I I live in a major city, I've lived in another major city, I've seen like the worst of it, it's rare that I meet a homeless person that I'm just like, fuck, I wish the world was different, but I'm like, you know, because, you know, that's a tough question. Next article. The New York Post. Horrible ad-written website, like, terrible. Hello, Caliber. Just in case. There you go, cryptid. Go crazy with power. Really late for my mods. You're Donko. New York Post. I don't know if you guys have been on that website in like a decade, but it is a horrible ad-written website. Let me just. Why weren't you guys gonna tell me that my? How long has it been like that? I was wondering. Okay, listen. ASMR stream. Listen. Let's talk about politics. The New York Post is a horrible, shitty website that is completely ad-written, and I'm pretty sure it gave me a computer virus. So they posted an article. Horrible website. I wrote that like 3 times in my notes. I'm like, thank you, Kelly. So the article was titled, Google retracts promise not to use AI for weapons. or surveillance promoting employee backlash. Are we the baddies? But like, I feel like that was a long-winded title for nothing. Like, the only thing I really care about is Google quietly pulling out about agreeing to not use AI for weaponry. It's a little bit concerning, right? Okay, we'll just read some of the article. Hello, Matt. How are you? We're talking about how Google pulled out from agreeing to not use AI for harmful content. Not just harmful content and weaponry. So, very. And I have worse. This is the shit that's been like bothering me that I didn't have anyone to talk about it with. So, we're just gonna yap. Together. Okay. So, the New York Post posts this article. Google retracts promise to not use AI for weapons or surveillance promoting employee backlash. Are we the baddies? Like, Logan, you're the dopest. You're part of the schizo squad. Of course you're cool. So here, we'll just go through this. Let me make sure my next sheet. Google employees are reportedly upset over the company's decision to retract a promise to not use artificial intelligence to develop armaments. Peanut. So, armaments or surveillance methods. The updated guidelines no longer include a prior commitment to avoiding AI for weapons, surveillance, or other technologies that cause or are likely to cause harm. That's like the exact wording of it. Very not cool. One widely shared... I love this thing because I thought it was funny that this is what like columnists get paid for now. One widely shared meme depicted Google CEO Sundar Pichai searching how to become a weapons contractor on Google, according to Business Insider. Another reference to popular comedy sketch featuring an actor dressed as a Nazi soldier captioned, Google lifts a ban on using its AI for weapons and surveillance. Are we the baddies? That's where they get the title, I guess. They said it. They said the thing. Peanut, stop that. Yes, I'm concerned as well. I'm very concerned. And official communications, blah. Okay. The shift in Google's stance aligns with a broader industry trend of tech companies engaging more closely with national defense agencies. Companies like Microsoft and Amazon have secured lucrative government contracts involving AI in military applications, and Google's revised policy suggests a potential strategic realignment to remain competitive in the field. They cited an increasingly complex geopolitical, that part's in quotes, they cited a, quote, increasingly complex geopolitical landscape as a driving factor behind the change. They emphasized the need for collaboration between governments and businesses to ensure AI remains aligned with democratic values. That sounds like a threat, doesn't it? Like, they're talking about Microsoft and Amazon emphasize the need for collaboration between governments and businesses to ensure AI remains aligned with democratic values. Bye. I'll have to check it out, dude. And then they're quoting Amazon, or I don't know who they're quoting. Oh, the executives. We believe democracies should lead in AI development, guided by core values like freedom, equality, and respect for human rights, the executives wrote. And we believe that companies, governments, and organizations sharing these values should work together to create AI that protects people, promotes global growth, and supports national security. Most fucking PR answer ever. So, extra concerning because I don't know if you guys saw Patrick CC's new video. I don't know if you guys watch him. He's a dope ass video essayist, okay? Always keeping me posted on the rap world, okay? I'm just so curious where all these people come from. Hello. So there's this video essayist. So I'm already a little concerned, right? Hi to Pakistan. Okay. Come here. You can sit with me. So, I don't know if you guys know this little tiny underground. I don't like. Sorry, girl. Sorry, girl. So I'm already concerned, right? Of course. You know, AI. It's like it's not that ahead yet. All this shit, whatever. Okay, fair. You guys watch Mark Zuckerberg on Joe Rogan with his fucking hair transplant, and it was very fucking strange. So I'm like, I got clowned once. I'm like, but I'll do it again because I just took the transcript from Patrick Cece's, like the chunk of the video that I was watching, and thanks, like Shadow. We appreciate the support, dude. And the synopsis is Mark Zuckerberg's recent shift in image and ideology from his robotic past to a more human look with the messy curls, streetwear, and MMA training. Oh yeah, so not only is he like encouraging us all to fucking jump into like his dog shit metaverse, this was like the synopsis of his video. He also just bought one of the most like lucrative self-sustaining parts of the world that's like not reliant on tourism. Self-sustaining, yeah, that's what it means, but one of the like islands in Maui or whatever, and him and his family are like, he's like only hunting his food, all this shit. It's like living like completely off the like grid, and has a bunker and stuff. Like, have you guys seen that news interview of a news reporter being like, so why do you have the bunker? He's like, I just want like, I just want like a shelter. She's like, shelter from what? Like, do you know something we don't? And he's like, just that tickle. I've only been to Mexico and the United States. I love Mexico, but I feel like I need to know more Spanish to, I know. Fuck. Sorry. I don't know which is better. So, human look with, okay, streetwear and MMA training. So he's literally like getting swole, starting to build weapons with AI, living on like a remote island. Everyone's building bunkers. Guys, are we doomed? Is the world gonna end? Like, I'm scared. I'm like, Darren, I don't know if you've been here the whole time, but I'm like, there's some concerning stuff going on. There's some concerning stuff going on in the world right now. So yeah, it's obviously like a calculated PR move, right? Like, and he's acting like we're all dumb enough to buy it. It's supposed to make it more relatable, but critics argue it's all part of a campaign to get us to trust him. With his focus on the metaverse, Zuckerberg rebranded Facebook to Meta, blah blah blah. Despite this, he's betting big on augmented reality glasses, even though tech students have already exposed their potential privacy risks. Zuckerberg's reliance on AI has led to mass layoffs on Meta, but he believes that this will free up creativity. He's also investing in survival skills, building an isolated ranch and an underground bunker in Hawaii, leading some of us to question if he's preparing for global catastrophe. While Zuckerberg seeks a utopian life of self-sufficiency, he wants you and your kids in the virtual world, with little autonomy left, living in a dystopian future controlled by AI. And that was like the outro in Patrick's video that had me like, okay, stop. I'll put a fucking timer on my YouTube, okay? So I don't spend too much time on there. But I'm like, what's the optimistic part of it? We're supposed to end on like a good note. I don't know. I'm scared. I think it'll take like longer than we all think to come to fruition, but I'm like, this shit is all flying at us a little too fast, in my opinion. Next, I have like 2 ideas for a little happier topic, so we could end on like a good. Phew. If it's an apocalypse, I'm gonna just. Sorry, I'm out skis. Okay, I have a couple ideas. We could either read the Walking Dead compendium. I could tell you about how Woe Is Me broke up, or not even broke up, but gave birth to issues and like the beef there, some like emo drama lore from like 2010s. Sleek. No, I'm sorry. We're stuck in fucking royalty-free, like lo-fi purgatory hell. It's hell. It's actually fucked up. It is, but make sure you subscribe if you're here. We're in purgatory together, dude, for a reason. Yeah, I don't want to talk about like politics too much, but keep an eye on it, guys. Do that. Do that. It's very, very important, even though it's like uncomfortable. I know that argument frustrates me when it's like, oh, it's not even that far yet. It's like, bruh, my dad was saying the same thing about. Jeez, this judgment. Fine, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. My dad used to talk about how, when I was talking about how we had Chromebooks in my classroom in elementary school, he's like, that's crazy. There used to be one computer room in my elementary school in like the 80s or 70s or whatever. And it was like a whole room. Like the computer would take up the entire room. And take forever. Even I remember being at my grandma's house when I was before I was like in middle school or whatever, and just playing on like cool math games or whatever with like Adobe Flash. So slow. And now we have like super computers like in our pockets. Like, I hate the whole AI is like not far enough to be competition yet. Obviously not. I don't think it ever will compete fundamentally with. There's a lot of things that we need people for, but I'm just like, the easier and easier it gets for people to shortcut some of the more difficult or time-consuming parts of the creative process. Hey, can you not do that right here? Excuse me. Thank you. I thought about doing a video on that, but I'm like, it's too much of a deep dive. But I'm like, should we talk about slop, dude? Slop content? You want to talk about slop content? Right. Sorry, I'm untangling. I'm scared. I feel like if anything, I should just like pull up my script, right? So I can just like read from it. I don't see like any of my regulars here. I'm like, I don't know if anyone here will know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about that. Besides like cryptid. When I say slop, it's like, I feel like it's like a bunch of like random people. If someone besides Darren can define slop for me and like know what I'm talking about, we can go there. Yeah. I had a whole video I was working on about this. But I'm like, I feel like no one's gonna know what I'm talking about, even if I rant. You know? Yeah, valid. Okay, we'll do it anyway. It's nothing too crazy, I'm like, but just, there was like this kid, Raymondo, that made like a very pretentious like video essay about how like, does your YouTube home feed like look like this? And it was just like people who post daily doing like limited research, just like, oh, let's look at this together and talk about it type content. And talking about how it was like, I don't know, like lesser than YouTube content, not in so many words obviously, but I was just like thinking about it, and when I was trying to put together my script, I'm like, okay, I think the argument resurfaces, and it's like repackaged every couple of years. It's like repackaged every couple of years, right? Like, just like anything is. But so the slop panic, it's like, as more and more, I don't know, as more and more ways become available for people to like shortcut some of the more difficult or time-consuming parts of the creative process, I think I don't know, there's this like, I think that monetizing your content, whether it is art or your opinion or whatever it is like the dream, right? And so, like I said, as more and more of those avenues become available for people to actually start doing that, it should breed like optimism and encouragement in all of us. Like, oh my god, this shit is like right here for us to grab. But instead, a lot of the time, I think it tends to like breed resentment. And I'm like talking from experience too, when it's like, damn, seeing someone like do something that you could do and like blow up or whatever, and it's like, god, like a pit in your stomach, and so it's just like makes you not like it. I don't know. But also I'm like, hey Jem, how are you? I was just giving Jem, you literally missed my whole, I'm like, tragic. Jem, you would have been so proud of me. I had like 5 pages that I wrote up and printed out. I was talking about like homelessness and politics by myself. I don't like anime. But, sorry. I'm like, sorry chat, sorry. I'm gonna tell Jem what we were talking about earlier. This was posted like 16 hours ago at this point. I'm like, dude, a Californian city, okay, on Tuesday, the city of Vermont, California, right? Dude, don't be sorry. I'm like, just don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. Satire. Vermont, California passed a controversial measure. It's like an ordinance where we were trying to figure out what this was earlier, that criminalizes aiding or abetting homeless encampments. So it's not just like, okay, inability to like, what is it? You're not allowed to inhabit your vehicle. It's also criminalizing the people that like hand out food and water bottles. It's like, okay, all right. And then we were also talking about how, if you didn't know, this is really scary too. So Elon Musk, like, yeah, she is. You're done. Now you're permabanned, dude. Hide user on this channel. Now you can type away. No one will see it. So, criminalizing homelessness. Yeah, I'm like, I mean, and we were just talking about how, I mean, yeah, there's so many fucking things about this. Inhabiting a vehicle, I'm like, I don't know the exact cost in New York, but I think it's like $200. You can get a $200 ticket in New York for inhabiting your vehicle. In California, I think it's like $50 if you're caught the first time, $120 if you're caught within the same month, and then it's up to like $500 and up to 6 months in court time. So it's like, if you're trying to get your shit together and living in your car, it's like, bruh, like, inhabiting your vehicle, like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Like, you got a ticket for sleeping on the street or on the fucking car, whatever. But yeah, and then now the Supreme Court's on the verge of criminalizing homelessness. I'm like, good times for living in, good times. And also the New York Post, which is like a horrible website, posted an article that was long-winded for no reason, letting me know that Google retracted its promise to not use artificial intelligence in weaponry. And we were talking about how Elon Musk is like bought a significant chunk of a Hawaiian island that is completely self-sufficient and built a bunker and is like living off the land and like going hunting, and very scary. Yes, like it was for like the millionth time. If you spam, you will get hidden. Not the first time, not even the second or third or fourth time, but probably like the 8th time. It's like my unlucky number. Dude, true. I'm like, I mean, honestly, that makes a lot of sense in the way they're restructuring like the city that I live in right now. I'm like, very, very interesting. Yeah, my Skid Row, the Skid Row of my city, it used to be under this like freeway bridge. It was like, there was a fence and then a big chunk of like grass on the hill, and then the freeway connecting to like LAX and shit. Get down, you're grody. And they literally turned all of that into like concrete. Like every article is overwritten. I agree. Yeah, they're literally like getting their word count essay. That's why I wrote you guys some synopsises. We got through the articles pretty quick, right? Pretty quick. But yeah, I'm more concerned about Google saying that they're not going to not use AI for weaponry building. And being like, oh yeah, the only reason we were just pandering to those stupid like lefties. Like, it's so funny that Zuckerberg thinks he's gonna like win back the right though. I'm like, dude. Yeah, well, because that's the thing. I told you guys when I was going through my notes the first time, I wrote on my notes 3 times, horrible ad-ridden website, would not recommend. The New York Post, every fucking like half a centimeter I scrolled, they got like 3 more pop-ups ads on me. I'm like, they made their bag. They made their bag because I wanted to get to the end. It's like when you're clicking on like a recipe. Good for you. Go somewhere else. We're talking about, you're gonna be bored here. It's a boring place. That's a conflict I don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole. Yeah, but I'm like, we don't know it was Google's AI. We don't know. But I'm like, Google probably saw that, or who knows, it could have been Google. But other companies are going to see that and be like, and the US doesn't really have, like, all these, like, agreements and stuff. It's like, bruh. Are there, like, huge consequences for pulling out of the agreement, or... That's what we need to know. Hello. How are you? How's your day going? I thought my 2 topics would take longer. I'm sorry. I apologize. Do you guys want to know the history about what was me and issues? True. Okay, I found out something really weird. There's dude, yeah. No, it was funny. There was like a period of time when like ChatGPT, I forget which version it was, but you could like look up like, do you know my YouTube channel? And they'd be like, what is it? And I'd put in, I forget who it was, but it was like some 30K channel at the time. And it's like, no, I don't know your content. And then I tried again, and I was like, refresh the page, obviously, like, don't have it save your data. And I was like, do you know this YouTuber? And it was like, yes, and gave me like a whole synopsis of their channel, gave me like a recap of certain videos. So if you're asking, do you study my content? It was like, girl, no, I couldn't tell you. Tell me about what kind of content you make. It's like, but if you're asking for someone else, it's like, sure, yeah, I know this bitch, here's your homework. Like, here's your homework. I see really, really inspiring videos every once in a while that I'm like, I'm glad people make shit like this. So it's not just like, everything's like changing and we're dying and we're toast. It's like, there might be like solutions to this. There might be. I'm like, look at my son. He's so sweet. Me too. Let's find out. Let's find out what. That's actually a great segment idea. I kind of want to get some food though. I might leave you in purgatory with peanut. Hang on, I'm gonna heat up my food. Hang tight, dude. Hang tight. Damn. Got our mod squad mixed up. I'm like, would that be interesting or no? I know, I need to give people the authority in both places. The mod squad. Oops. Sorry. Okay. Would that be funny? Or we could read. Let me pull up some more articles first to read. I have a good one. Hopefully this isn't AI generated. Dude, it's fucking cold in here, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna turn on here. It's so cold. What can you do? Okay. One more article to read. It's a good one. Trust. I don't know how to spell his name. Hold on. Someone said this to me earlier. I'm looking for it. Looking for it. I'm eating some leftover broccoli rice. Broccoli cheddar rice that I made the other night. What do you mean fake commentary community? It's fake? Okay, it might have been fake. I'm doing some like research as we speak. We're gonna watch this 10K subscriber. That sounds so condescending. I mean, the 2K subscriber. Fake commentary community, dark secret. Why does it say fart or fake? We'll find out.
It's gonna be World War III. But there might be some other drama between these two commentaries channels. So we got similar lyrics. He's a commentary channel. He has about 60,000 subscribers, and we all know Turkey Tom Dark. I don't think I have to explain who he is. So there can possibly be some drama between these two. So I was going on Twitter and I seen a video. All right, guys, well listen up.
I was looking for a video, but I just stumbled across another one. Yeah, of course. Dude, I'm all about giving the little guy a chance. I know something about that. This looks like a very interesting lesson. As someone that... Let's just listen to it. Let's just listen to it together. This video is by 𝕷𝖎ₛ. It's called, "Is Turkey Tom really that based?" In parentheses, he's not.
Alright guys, well listen, I've got some experience on YouTube, so now I've got to come out with one simple message while I eat this pizza. If you watch these videos I make, I hate them, okay?
Turkey Tom, or Tom Dark, however you want to call him, is someone that if you are into drama and commentary videos, I am sure I need not to make an introduction, but just in case you don't know who this guy is, I will give you the Cliff's notes. So Tom is one of the biggest drama commentary YouTubers nowadays on this platform. He has well over 1 million subscribers between 4 channels that he runs, and he has a very big fan base, which probably will cancel me for making this video, but I am crazy like that. Tom is also known for having Lego hair and being like a Playmobil. Like every commentary YouTuber, Tom is someone that usually calls out people on their bad behavior, yet he has had quite a lot of moments when he himself got involved in some really shady stuff, for which I do not think he has been held accountable, or at least not enough. I mean, the guy is really successful, and like I said, he's one of the first people to point his finger at others and call them out on their bullshit, and this attitude of his led me to believe that he was controversy free. Well, to my surprise, Turkey Tom is far from being the based, uncancelable Sigma male that he likes to portray himself as. So in this video, we're going to go over every major controversy where Tom has been...
No, I've been finding his content for a long time. It's just, I was looking for a video that someone had sent me about, or not a video, someone had sent me like a Reddit post about like, and I have no idea how true this is. That's why I'm like, let's investigate together. that other, like, allegedly someone, like, had Tom's girlfriend at the time had, like, cheated with someone else in commentary, and I was like, I have no idea if this is true or not. It's funny if it is, but I don't think it is true. I've seen, like, no proof, and I feel like that shit would have blown up, like, you know? So I was looking for, like, further proof. Yeah, no, it's just, like, I think it's just, like a rumor that someone spread, like, who knows, though. But I was, like, looking for it, and then this random video popped up. And this was only 3 months ago, to be fair, scripted. So I'm like, let's listen to it, let's give him a chance. So he has to say, let's address it critically, right? Because I'm a big slop defender, okay? You know me. We're here slopping every day. I'm like, this happens to me periodically. I'm like, when I pause my fingers to laugh, I'm like, does anyone know if that's true though? About like lyrics and turkey tom? I'm so curious. I mean, it's what we do. It's like, who are you to dictate like what's good or not? The cool thing about like actual true slop is like if someone's not entertaining or not, or it's like AI generated, we have a pretty good, knock on wood, tendency of like filtering that out, you know, as consumers.
As far as I know, then, and I think that some of his takes are quite. This video, we're going to go over every major controversy where Tom has been involved. But before starting, this is not a video to try and cancel Tom. I mean, I watch the guy every now and then, and I think that some of his takes are quite good. However, I think that just like I didn't know, it is important for other people that are new to his channel to know these things, because as far as I know, he has never actually apologized for any of his hiccups. And most of the times where he got caught with his pants on fire, his friend
That's a PR thing at the end of the day. I'm like,
happened to be very prominent in the commentary community, helped him to get out of trouble without facing any consequences. So I want to get this one out of the way quick, because it is
that already bothers me. Like the way you set that up, I'm like, without facing, oh yeah, he's managed to move on. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not trying to cancel him, but he's managed to move on without anyone really batting an eye, without him facing consequences. Well, when you're talking about like someone who's in the public eye, what potential consequences could be issued except a major like reputational slash, right? Like consequences.
Community helped him to get up.
I'm assuming these aren't crimes, right?
Any of his hiccups. And most of the times where he got caught with his pants on fire, his friends, who happened to be very prominent in the commentary community, helped him to get out of trouble without facing any consequences. So I want to get this one out of the way quick, because it is probably the one thing that everybody knows about Tom being unhinged. When he was just starting his YouTube career, Turkey Tom was just a kid. I think he was like 16 or 17 when all of these allegations started to surface about him being a horrible racist. The whole beef started with this other guy named 𝕷𝖛𝖊 calling him out for making some racist jokes in one of his videos.
This video popped up in my YouTube recommended called YouTube Sponsors. It's from the YouTuber Turkey Tom, and I clicked into it because it was there and I was bored. The video was mostly about YouTube sponsors, but I noticed some weird stuff in there.
Hello?
That's probably worthy of criticism, but I'm like, I don't know him, obviously, or like all the ins and outs of the situation, but I'm like, I don't know if he would want to talk to him after that, right? Like, yeah, you ever have like an ex or something where it's like, they get you so dirty that you're just like blocked, never to be heard from again. They try and hit up your friends, it's like, they don't even dignify it with a response. It could be something like that, who knows? Because I'm like, I wouldn't give someone the self-satisfaction of like apologizing, me being like, yeah, it's okay, bro. That's like a very selfish like way to operate. Like my mom would always be like, I need it to be okay right now. I'm like, yeah, I know you do, but that's not how life works. Like,
Hello, and shalom, my brothers. Being a merchant, an accumulator of wealth, to hide away from my fellow man, and look down upon the writhing masses in shame. Is making money fun for me? I mean, maybe a little bit, but it's more fun to burn bridges with any chance of future success that I would have.
The weird Jewish stereotyping was completely out of left field. Shalom, I'm a Jew. I like money. I collect wealth. Ben Shapiro, money.
So yeah, basically Tom got called out for being anti-Semitic by 𝕷𝖛𝖊, which I mean, I get it. He was throwing all these stereotypical jokes about Jews, which is not a very good look.
And the thing is, Tom is completely aware of how he came across because he even included this clip.
Okay, drop him. He's a racist and an anti-Semite.
So I did exactly that. I went to Twitter and I pointed out the anti-Semitism. So the YouTuber Turkey Tom threw a bunch of anti-Semitic imagery in his latest video, and it resulted in a comment section full of anti-Semitism. Wow. If you have to rely on racism for YouTube engagement, A, accept that your content is trash, and B, go screw yourself.
It's like a
Anyways, so
bold
then Tom
criticism, but I'm like,
𝕷𝖛𝖊, claiming that he's not an anti-Semite, to what 𝕷𝖛𝖊 would answer.
I just can't like clown someone for hopping on to any jokes at the time, and I'm like, I still haven't gotten the R word out of my vocab, so I'm like,
associate with, go for it. But just keep in mind that sane people have zero tolerance for your bullshit. Anyway, so here's where this story starts to get interesting, because at this point is where we get introduced to Tom's Avengers little group that basically helped him out through the times that he fucked up and needed to get his ass covered. So the first person to jump in and try to defend
Lately-
Tom was Bob.
bro, I'm going live every day till I get my computer, and then probably like once a week after that. But for right now, I'm like, my content is a little stunted. I'm gonna wait till I get my computer to edit my next video. So the ghetto vertical lives, dude. I know. Someone asked me yesterday. They're like, so what's your channel about? I'm like, I don't know yet. Give me like 6 months and I'll let you know, dude.
Yeah, the Let Me Speak guy.
That clip is so funny.
And needed to get his
Like the-
ass covered. So the first person
The
to
clip
jump
of Augie and Boblax. How tall is Boblax? Or how small is Augie? How tall is Boblax? I'm like so confused. When her Boblax gets up there. Thank you. Is that what I asked? 6 foot tall? Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, how tiny is? Aw. That makes me sad to think about. I'm like,
Anyway, so here's where this story starts to get
I'd be
interesting.
I'd be
because
so
at
much
this
taller
point
than like
is
so many
where we
people
get
that are like,
introduced
I don't know, in my head I'm like, this is how it would be like meeting them. I'm like,
Tom's Avengers little group.
I'd be taller than fucking everyone, dude.
Basically helped him out through the times that he fucked up and needed to get his ass covered. So the first person to jump in and try to defend Tom was Boblax. Yeah, the Let Me Speak guy. Anyway, we have all
I
seen
love my
now
clip.
how Boblax ended up becoming a lol cow by his own hand. But at that time, he was part of Tom's group of friends, which included other people like Nicholas the Oreo, Augie, and from what I could see, Willie Maxwell. I mean, about Willie, I'm not sure if they were friends, but he did jump in and try to sweep for Tom when he was catching heat. Anyway, so Boblax would
Oh my god, that word has lost all fucking meaning to me. Sweep. Like, does anyone like understand, like, fundamentally, of course, you are prone to like go to bat for our friends if you like have any empathy or like logic. I'm like, of course. I'm like, Sleek, you can go then. I'm like, I find this video very interesting. I'm writing my commentary on it. I'm reacting hard, even though we're not just like
out
watching the video together.
Jennifer's tweets. Damn, I thought you were pretty cool, but now you're lying up.
Hell yeah. Bro, if you don't know what he's talking about, I'm like, we talk about stuff like this all the time, so I'm like, it might not be too fun of a hangout for you.
About what Turkey Tom said in his video and falsely accusing him of promoting bigotry. That's pretty fucked up. So basically Tom's biggest reason to be mad was himself interpreting 𝕷𝖛𝖊's tweet as if he had said that Tom was a racist, which is absolutely rich if you know the rest of the story. So after that,
I'm like, let's not get it twisted. I'm like, I mean, just because it was like, what's that word, Jem? Normalized, right? It doesn't like excuse it, but I'm like, I think there's an explanation, right? We can all understand that like maybe Turkey Tom like isn't anti-Semitic, but you're also not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, D'Angelo wasn't calling him racist by saying this. That was his goal. It's like, maybe he didn't like say it in so many words, but I'm like, he was like pointing out like a problem with his behavior that he had based on racial discrimination, right? So for him to be like, well, he never said that, it's so ridiculous, like, that's just an insincere criticism, right? That's why he called him out. You can disagree or agree with that, but I'm like, he did fundamentally call him out for that, you know?
got in touch with with people that were
A
close to
couple.
Tom to try and see if he was indeed not a racist. But to D'Angelo's surprise, this would not be the case.
After my initial tweets, people who knew him personally came to me and said he's casually discriminatory in everyday conversation, both publicly and privately. Now, initially, I was just sent screenshots where someone had collected instances of him saying the hard R N-word in a group chat with a bunch of weird sense.
Okay, this happens way too often still. In like a ton of fucking online spaces. I'm like, even to this day, I'm like, but that's the thing is, in which it's still not okay, obviously. But I'm like, I know, being a baby, obviously in some parts of the country, you still shouldn't say it, but I'm like, I'm sure some people feel just as offended for me saying the R word as some people do for the N word, right? I don't know, maybe you grew up in the Midwest and are just completely freaking.
As awful as this looked, it didn't really prove anything besides the fact that he says the N-word casually.
D'Angelo says that this doesn't
Might have
prove
spoke too soon.
anything, but dude, I mean, what other explanation
This is why you pre-watch.
do you have for these screenshots? Like, what the f***, dude? Especially knowing how
Of
Tom
course.
looks. Like,
Go
Roy
back
is
or peanut.
whiter than Doobie's 2988 teeth. Edgy or not, he should not be saying the N-word that casually, or at all for that matter. I mean, he just needed to add watermelon to that sentence
I
to
got back
make
in
it
the
the
dog
most
part.
racist
We're
statement of
straight,
all
don't
time.
worry.
Anyway, but apparently, just as it was foreshadowed, Tom was not focusing his edgy humor with black people only. Just like on that video he got called out for, he was also making jokes about Jews. Yeah, I mean, it's not like the most damning screenshot of the bunch, but still, why even make that joke, dude? Anyway,
I'm like, I really don't get it, because I'm like, I am very concerned about the state of things, but I'm like, it was like I dated this like fucking SoundCloud rapper retard. Me after like going on that whole rant. I dated this very like edgelord, like fucking watch like iDubbbz and Penguin Zero, like guy my senior year, and they would all fucking say like anti-Semitic stuff, like it was like the bit. It was the bit where I'm like, now I'm wondering how many of these people were just like, oh, ha, ha, top cack, and how many of these people were like secretly plotting on like the stuff the whole time. I'm like, I don't know, it's above my pay grade.
Anyway, Tom just wouldn't stop talking about N-words, and he would get caught posting this on Twitter.
Do you think it is morally wrong to say the N-word as a white person in a non-derogatory context?
I mean, dude, there are hundreds of thousands of words in
The fact that his chat voted, that's what I'm saying, is it's like, hell yeah. Good luck on your video.
the English
Let us know
language.
how it comes out. But that's what I'm saying, is like the fact that when he posted that on Twitter, 75% of people said, no, it's not wrong to say the N-word casually if you're not using it derogatorily. There's clearly like some nuance to the conversation, right? There's clearly some disagreement, I should say, not nuance. It's not nuance. It's
Why are you so obsessed with that one, dude?
And recently, I've been getting comments telling me to stop saying the word Greek rather than stop making fun of people and using homonyms. I honestly never thought I would see these. I thought it was an accepted part of the internet culture at this point.
And well, I have to admit, I am
Me.
guilty here of using the
Literally
R word,
me.
and I didn't actually think
People and using homonyms.
me when I met Jem.
hundreds of thousands of words in the English language. Why are you so obsessed with that one, dude?
And recently, I've been getting comments telling me to stop saying the word Greek rather than stop making fun of people and using homonyms. I honestly never thought I would see these. I thought it was an accepted part of the internet culture at this point.
And well, I have to admit, I am guilty here of using the R word, and I didn't actually think it was a slur. But then when people told me about it, I accepted it. Like, there are many other words you can use to make your point, you goof.
That just like gives me an air of like insincerity. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. He's like, I gotta admit, just because he like knows that there might be clips or skeletons or whatever, and it's like, I gotta admit, I'm guilty of using the R word. But as soon as people told me it was a slur, I accepted it. It's like, is that how like changing your behavior normally works? Is it normally like someone tells you something once and you're like immediately corrected, or is it more of like, and I was like more conscious of it. I eventually eradicated it from my vocabulary, you know? Bro, I'm
And
just
well, I
putting
have
it
to
in
admit, I am guilty here of
planet. What do you
using
mean?
artwork, and I didn't actually think it was a slur, but then when people told me about it, I accepted it. Like, there are many other words you can use to make your point, you goofball. And then, of course, there's this. Burn that, and you can imagine what comes next. Anyway, so after learning how much of a racist piece of garbage
I
Tom
scored.
was, D'Angelo doubled down on his opinion on Tom.
I called it. I said, "Happy Thanksgiving. We're eating turkey Tom." He thought we wouldn't be able to see his racism through the thin veil of comedy. Meanwhile, he's doing this in everyday conversation. So allow me to repeat from yesterday when you tried to gaslight me. Go F yourself. And to that tweet, I attached my favorite screenshots, which were, "My new name is going to be Nickers I hate Nickers. Oh well, I'll eventually call someone a Nicker too many times, or I'll bully someone enough. I doubt you'll hate me. Nickers don't talk, they just say chicken." That one is actually funny in its absurdity. And don't pretend like it's something for your fans. LOL, it's just such a jar of free juice with deep pockets. In regards to his Patreon.
So after being absolutely owned by this grandpa-looking dude, Tom would come out with the most stupid answer of all time.
Once again, Tom responded saying, "Damn, bro, DM messages that are a year old. Very classy. I'm edgy, probably too edgy, but I'm not racist."
So let me get this straight. Being edgy means that you can throw slurs left and right and you get the pass just because you're an edgelord? Even for a 17-year-old, that sounds super idiotic. I mean, I know I wasn't calling people ninjas just because I thought it was funny. Anyway, so I know you must be thinking, if you know some of Tom's lore, Lebrowski, but our favorite gooner.
Just seems like a risk versus reward thing at that point. I'm like, I don't know if those were DMs or tweets. I'm like, brother. Because yeah, you can argue like you might not think he's actually racist, but like, why even risk that, you know?
Apologized already. Well, it seems that this apology was actually trash.
Even if I had made a better attempt to show that they were comedic in nature, as for the edgy stuff, it's just my sense of humor really, which has slowly faded over time, as when I was 14 years old, I thought that just saying a racial slur in any context was hilarious. But nowadays, I think I've refined my epic and edgy sense of humor a bit more.
Whoops, I thought that was on my private account. Oh, I'm sorry. Tom. Come on.
I mean, brother, it should be illegal to be this stupid. Anyway, but remember how before I said that Tom had friends that were very big on the commentary community? Well, one of them is none other than 𝕷𝖛𝖊. Yeah, the review guy.
Come on, it's a funny bit.
So
That is funny. That is funny. Even my roommate thought it was funny, okay? Like, that's a funny bit.
at the time, he felt the need to protect his little bro, and so he did, and went after D'Angelo.
I did answer a few other people, probably the best of which was the YouTuber 𝕷𝖛𝖊 telling me that he unpinned my comment on his YouTube video because I'm just as bad as I'm Alex. I get what he's trying to imply, but I'm Alex falsely accused somebody of assault, so that's like comparing apples to oranges. And besides, unpinning a comment, that's the best you could come up with? Okay, for every single thing it's called out. I think the worst tweet out of all, though, was this one right here. Once again from 𝕷𝖛𝖊. Send your audience, tell them I said things I didn't. Have them flag my Twitter down like you're clearly trying to do with Tom.
Like, bro was tweeting for Tom so hard, not dissimulating even a little bit. I mean, bro went...
When you're saying that there like needs to be consequences taken for people's actions, and you know like Google AdSense isn't gonna do it. You can argue whether like you think or not someone should be like deplatformed for stuff, but I'm like, what would you guys say is like the implication of that, right? Like, oh yeah, like you're clearly trying to do Tom. It's like, bro, I feel like pointing out, of course,
Well, here we see
of
you
course.
revealing.
And I'm not saying that he's like inherently in the wrong for doing so. If he really like fundamentally feels that, then he's being brave, if anything, right? They're like standing up for what he
Her
believes in.
boyfriend,
But
she did not care about him and had been cheating on him with a number of other guys. In this screenshot, we see her doing more of the same to someone she slept with. In this screenshot, she explains that a large amount of her tendency to use people comes from a constant seeking of validation.
However,
yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I don't think it's like inherently racist. It's just like a risk versus reward thing at some point, right? Or I'm like, I'm probably gonna regret all the times I've said like retarded online. Like, such is the nature of the
that's
internet.
not supposedly being debunked. It is said that this was a fake account posing as Bianca. Nevertheless, I have not been able to corroborate this statement, so take it with a grain of salt. Anyway, let's say it is true, and she was actually a genuine person as well. Does that mean that she had it coming? I mean, Tom said that he doesn't think that she did, but what are we to take from all of this so-called evidence he is showing? And to make the matter even worse, he would then claim that the criminal that
very interesting. Just a very biased video essay called by 𝕷𝖛𝖊 called "Is Turkey Tom really that based?" He's not. So far we're 17:49 deep into a 38-minute video, and we're still on the N-word.
The perception of him being nothing but a creepy incel who was stalking her online was also refuted.
Which I'm not saying it's not worthy of criticism. I'm just like, did this need 20 minutes? N-word bad. Like,
Multiple family members, including her sister, who said the following. And although somewhat unverifiable, a friend of Bianca's also came out to say something to the same effect, strengthening the case that Brandon and Bianca were rather close.
But just wait, because Tom would have yet another great take.
This has almost nothing to do with any kind of toxic masculinity. Brandon himself was not an incel. He killed Bianca out of jealousy. Not jealousy because he was a man. A girl in his mental state would likely have done the same thing Brandon did.
I just can't believe this guy. Like, dude, why are we talking about toxic masculinity or if this guy was an insult? I tell you what this guy was. He was a murderous piece of shit and a coward that tried to suicide so he wouldn't get his sorry ass thrown in jail.
And as for Bianca and what happened to her, it's obviously disgusting to say that she got what she deserved. She did not deserve
It was
to
on
be
Twitter.
murdered for what she did. However, is it completely unreasonable to
not that it like diminishes it. I'm like, it's not like normalized in your vocab. It's like, it's so fucking funny. Like, periodically, like, I don't know. My sister's dating like an African guy, right? And he like asked us over Christmas. He's like, "Come on, you guys like say it sometimes, right?" I'm like, I literally have never felt the urge. Like, I really have not. Like, but we also both don't. I mean,
and whether or not she contributed
maybe it's like where you grew up. I don't know.
likelihood of this happening. Bianca was effectively an prostitute who was selling nude pictures of herself to men and leading on a number of them, and using them for her own gratification. She recklessly promoted an image of herself online that attracted a pretty gross crowd of people.
Dude, no shot. Imagine editing this, rewatching it, thinking, hell yeah, this is absolutely based, and then uploading it to YouTube. Well, I guess there's a reason why he decided to delete this video. Well, I don't even know how we can follow up after that, but somehow we will. Because sure, you can make the argument that Tom was just young and stupid, and based on what we've seen, really stupid, but time kept passing by, and it seems that Turkey Tom didn't make that much progress. Well, at least nowadays, he's not making crazy claims the likes
It's
of
like the person you'd run away from at your local show.
just seen. But anyway, the next big drama, he got involved where he took
Do you like softcore bands?
another big fat L was the whole pyrocynical situation. So just like the last one, this is yet another rabbit hole, and I will do my best to cover every relevant aspect of it without making this video last 4 hours. Pyrocynical is another huge commentary.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you've seen Turkey Tom. I don't know if you've seen Turkey Tom. The kid should not be saying it at all. But that's the thing, is those screenshots, I don't know if they were from Twitter. It doesn't matter if it was in PMs or not, but I'm like, I mean, it kind of does, like PMs versus tweets. I'm like, yeah, no, I hear you. And someone said that it was like during the whole like N-word, F-word of like IDUF and stuff. Yes, of course. And honestly, I'm way more sympathetic for that argument more about like normalization, because I'm like, someone like really challenged me on the way I think about like retard. Something I've used regularly, a lot. Like pretty much the entire time I've been online, and I'm like, maybe that's not like my right to use, you know? But yeah, he looks like that. A or ER at the end. I'm like, but also, I'm like, if you want to criticize him for using the N-word and stuff, totally valid, totally reasonable, maybe even brave, like you could say of D'Angelo at the time, whatever. But the guy making this video essay over him being critical of it, yeah, don't be like, yeah, it was completely insincere to be like, D'Angelo called him racist. Okay, well, he's drawing out all these arguments to like lead someone to a conclusion, right? Like,
A YouTuber with millions of subscribers, but just like almost every YouTuber, he
if you're
has
gonna make a
dark side.
criticism,
Well,
own it. Don't be like, well, that's not what that was. That's not what I said. Like, own it. Not verbatim. This is the implication, obviously.
even know if calling it a dark side is actually right. I mean, this guy was just weird as hell. He had the most embarrassing and freakish fetish I have ever heard of. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Everything started when Pyro would get called out on Twitter by this person who went by the name of 𝕷𝖛𝖊 or Ivory, and they claimed that Pyro groomed them and that they had screenshots to prove this. And apparently when all of this happened, this person was 15. They also claimed that Pyro sent all kinds of freaky stuff like not safe for work drawings and YouTube videos, as well as asking them to compile questionable material for him. So this person would later go on to post the screenshots exposing Pyrocynical for being an absolute freak.
To be honest, I'd pick you up, hug you while rubbing you against my huge sweaty boobs. Then kiss your cheeks, telling you how much I love you, and then kiss you on the lips and let out a 𝕷𝖛𝖊 into your mouth. They'd eat your cock up with my ass, TBHIDK, fart so long and hard on your lap, you wouldn't be able
Okay, how long is
to
this?
So yeah, a little bit of context to this craziness. Pyrocynical is known for having a weird ass fetish on fat people and farts.
I say, of course you play a game where you make things fat. Stop! For 5 minutes! Stop!
You forgot the key. Honestly, no.
Oh my
What's your
god, man.
favorite fat
Oh
fag?
my god.
Asking so I know what to draw and
Oh
send
my
to your
God.
PO box. I expect it to be framed and hung on the wall.
The third time this has happened now.
So yeah, that was basically him leaking his Discord, where we can see that someone made a model of his OC but fat, and then he just ended stream because, well, what the f, right? Anyway, so this is
That's
more
so
or less
embarrassing.
the very
That's
bare
actually
bones
so
where
embarrassing.
We can see that someone made a model of his OC but fat.
What
and
can you
then
do? What can you do? You just end
ended
live.
stream because, well, what the f, right? Anyway, so this is more or less the very bare bones of the situation. I mean, it goes way deeper, but like I said, I do not want to make a 10-hour-long video. If you're curious, I will link the videos I use as a source in the description. So Tom Dark would make 3 videos on the situation that I know of on this, and they would be very poorly received, and he would rage it out of this universe. But this did not stop Tom. He really wanted to take down Pyro, so much that he went out of his way to create a Google Docs on this whole situation with a lot of what he considered to be case-winning evidence. He was so proud of this doc that he even signed this and then used it to make his second video on the Pyrocynical situation.
This was the case of a 2-year age gap. This is a sophomore in college and a sophomore in high school being equal over PM. And as I clearly shown here and in my video, he clearly knew Ivory's age.
Experience better rest for less and shop the President's Day event at the Living Spaces Sleep Center. Save up to $500 on.
I worked so hard to keep Padre alive.
What happened? What happened to our video? What happened?
Expedia members get member prices and rewards for future trips. No. Honestly. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Don't let me. Thank you, Lisa. P.S. If for I can't talk. If for some reason I don't answer the door, get the spare key from my friend Tiffany. John, there's an apartment building in New Haven where they may be attempting to summon Malthus. I'm not able to go there myself. It's up to you to stop the rituals. Garcia, come with me! I don't know if you're getting my letters or not, but I hope you'll be here soon. I really need your help. They're in the apartment. I see them all the time now. I can hear them in the darkness. I haven't slept in days. When you get here, just come straight to my place. Tiffany can't be trusted. Don't talk to my neighbors either. They won't let me leave. Wait, but wait. Oh no, is there one letter that I was supposed to listen to? So one told me that to get the key.
Then
And
try
I
and
voted after the
try and figure out
So the worst case scenario,
some content.
Pyro forgot to ask Ivory for his age, and now it's Pyro was well aware Ivory was a minor when this deeply private conversation took place.
If one person comes out below the age of 16, one single person from anywhere in the community that can prove what Ivory's proved so far, Pyro's.
It's so funny to see the Avengers assemble and trying to back up this bullshit. I mean, just the fact of hearing Bob Lexer is fucking hilarious, dude. And
Well, because of course, right? These guys, I mean, like from the like an outside perspective looking in, these guys built their reputation on like looking at things analytically and being like a reasonable assessment of the situations, right? So of course you would hope that. Why do you fucking tell me that my headphones were out the entire time. Not a good look. Not a good look at all, dude. I've been whispering. Horrible. I was like, damn, we're stagnating. Have you guys heard anything I've been saying? Darren, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me that you guys couldn't hear me, bro?
To be honest, I am quite disappointed.
I'm out here offering like heartfelt analysis and commentary. Come on.
The Oreo, but I can say that I'm
So
surprised.
rude.
After all, he recently admitted in one of his streams that Tom came crying to him like a baby when the whole N-word situation happened. The same as when he made this second video and he had to call him out on his lousy Google Docs. And well, we all know how the story between Nick and 𝕷𝖛𝖊 went down. And by the way, I want to take this moment to say that I am obviously not doing this for clout, because making this video, going against the big boys of the commentary community like 𝕷𝖛𝖊 and the Oreo and other people that I will mention later, means that I'm already banned from that community before even setting a foot there. But it is what it is. This is my channel and here I just speak my mind, even if it's career suicide. So yeah, going
That's like so disingenuous, right? Because I'm like, if you're, I don't know.
back to
I've been like brainstorming a video about like a critique of critique, like a criticism of criticism, because, okay, yes, moral grandstand, bad, blah, blah. There's so many like arguments against arguments.
Tom taking L's.
Okay, so, where were we?
I believe you were about to educate us with your magnus opus, Mr. Turkey. Please enlighten us.
In my last video, I talked about the allegations against 𝕷𝖛𝖊, a popular YouTuber with more than 4 million subscribers, who had some startling allegations made against him by a Twitter user by the name of 𝕷𝖛𝖊. There was a lot of turmoil around these allegations at the time, with many accusing 𝕷𝖛𝖊 of lying due to the way that they handled the allegations, which admittedly were not the best at first. That being said, the commentary community going on to call him a
Imperfect
liar
victim.
and a clout chaser, as well as calling the allegations that he had made about 𝕷𝖛𝖊 false, was completely
Yeah, I'm like, there's a lot to criticism over. I'm like, I'm not particularly fond of him saying the N-word, but I'm like, this is a terrible video essay, I'm not gonna lie.
justified. On
Lebrowski.
the 6th of December, I released
Total
a document
Lebrowski,
on Twitter
oh.
titled Proving 𝕷𝖛𝖊's Guilt, where I sought to dispel some of the criticisms made of myself.
Like, these seem like pretty slam dunk points. Like, oh, saying N-word, bad. Wasting 22 minutes on it? On like a pretty well-known thing? Really long-winded and also super morally grandstandy. Whenever you preface with, how exciting. I'm so excited.
And 𝕷𝖛𝖊, as
It's
well
gonna be
as
so
reveal
fun.
some new information that 𝕷𝖊 submitted to me as more evidence. Today, I'll go over some of the major information from that document, as well as interject some of my own opinion and thoughts.
So this
Yeah.
Ivory person that
Yeah, we got 31 minutes left, and this guy has yet to make a solid point. I'm like, yeah, it could have been like a fucking 5-minute video, but instead he's like, I'm here being a martyr, like, going against the commentary community. Like, shut up, dude, shut up. Someone's mom is proud of you, dude. Like, the cool thing about like doing what is right and like standing by what you believe in and like your words like having faith, even when it's like, faith is the wrong word, your words having merit even when it's like against the grain and logistically risky, like, it will either speak for itself or it won't, you know. And of course there are like, hello, there's always like, I don't know, people that will fucking be really, really dumb, but I'm like, the truth always, it might take a couple years, but like, it really, that's what everyone does. I'm like, my ADHD brain, I'm like, oh, someone linked the fucking, the Kanye stuff, I think. I saw Mr. Gamer posted a link earlier, but I forgot to grab it. Hang on. Oh. I'm like, fuck, I don't know where the link went. Mr. Gamer, if you're still here, can you resend that link? Yeah, but that's what we're saying, Darren. Or that's what I'm saying. Because I don't think PewDiePie. I just watched a great Cat Black video earlier today about, yeah, I don't think PewDiePie is to blame for the shooting at the fucking mosque. I don't even think PewDiePie probably is anti-Semitic, but I think because he participated in that culture where it's like, oh yeah, fuck Jewish people, blah blah blah. That one radicalized kid that is just like crazy and sees PewDiePie hiring African kids on Fiverr to hold up a sign that says like death to all. And then obviously it's not his fault that he took his satire as gospel. Of course not. But it's just food for thought, right? Because it's like, you never know who's gonna like see your shit and like take it the wrong way, you know? Kanye Telegram. Oh, I'm about to join a Telegram group. Stay up to date. Do we get Telegram just to stay up to date with Kanye, dude? Oh God. 4:45 p.m. 7:07. You guys think this is promotional, or do you think he's actually just off his rocker? Happy 46th anniversary to the Islamic Republic of Iran. This is what Islam does to countries. This is how they completely fuck everything up. Europeans need to be aware. Oh God. Now I'm going to speak on R. Kelly. Oh God. Again. I spent all the money from this commercial on my new teeth, so once again, I had to shoot it on the iPhone. Yeah, I just found out that his dentist has been charging him like $50,000 for a tank of nitrous oxide or whatever, like laughing gas. Imagine like not knowing any other like drug dealers, so you just pay 50 bands per. He keeps reposting this shirt. Anyone who called my wife's Grammys look a stunt is dumb and lame. Yes, you. She's been dressing naked for 2 years. Now all of a sudden it's a stunt. Every single bitch on the planet wished they had bravery body platform and access to money and a husband that supported their personal expression. There are a lot of things that had to coverage this moment to happen. Dude, I swear, I see like the little galaxy. I'm like, bruh. Low quality, fine, but I'm like, bro, at that point, find a fucking. I'm sure you could find a dirty, like, pharmacist or whatever. Jesus. That one was funny. Any N-word come in my face and ask me about that puff shit, I'm stealing off them immediately. I don't give a fuck if you 8 feet tall, I'ma jump and steal off you. No more N-words telling me what color hat to wear. If you ask me on the phone, I'm hanging up immediately and never speaking to you again. If you DM me, I'm blocking you. You N-words is controlled and broke. All you Kamala dick writing F-words. Y'all got everything to say about my opinions when you're just doing what N-words make you do for money. F-words don't mean gay either. It means F-word like it always meant you effing R-word. Kanye moved to Telegram. Catching up. It doesn't stop. I was tempted to get Telegram just to like catch up, but I'm like, Jem's right. It's not a good idea. Kanye put this in his own Telegram. Kanye chose the name Bully because someone kicked his son. He's chopping up all the samples by hand, yay. Kanye says Bully is his miseducation of Lauryn Hill. If you rap against Kendrick Lamar, you will lose, unless you're a psycho genius like me. Kanye says he tried to make a soccer anthem with black skin all day in Carnival. He compares AI and autotune to sampling. He says that AI is really powerful in music. He uses AI to separate the lines on different songs, just like the stem player. He later demonstrates the things he mentioned about AI, which suck. Like, is this... Yeah, this is just... Yeah. Nothing too good. I'm gonna find something funny though. Hang tight, Kino. I'm gonna call it. Here we go. Stuck with him. No, I was just thinking about something. I'm like, if she's watching, I'm like, I don't want to scare her away from an interview. But, listen. There's this girl that I would see in, like, Aiden's chat sometimes, okay? Her name is 𝕷𝖛𝖊. You guys might have heard of her. Apparently, she's the sister of a creator called Mango, who the only thing I know about Mango is, like, didn't she get, like, passed around at, like, VidCon a couple years ago? Right? Okay. This is what I've heard from around the grain. This is, like, the rumor. Just like I'm sure if you hear about me, I'm, like, a schizo, like, e-whore, like, which I don't think that's, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know 100% that that's the truth. This is just, like, from, like, birds of a feather. No, you know what I'm saying. Mango, okay. This girl Mango, I don't know all the details, but apparently at VidCon, she, like, this is, like, what I know from, like, hearing about it, so it's probably not all true. You know how men are. I heard she, like, fucked a bunch of people at VidCon, or fucked someone at VidCon is probably what really happened, is she fucked someone, and it turned into, like, she fucked a bunch of people, but I don't know the whole truth, but she's kind of like she's kind of been caught in the DMs with a lot of people, whatever. I'm not sure if they go by they, them now. We'll just play it safe. 𝕷𝖊𝖊 had popped into my chat a handful of times. I'm like, she's been nice, she's been chill. She was in the server. And then she was in Morale's chat after she was on my stream, and he was like bringing up videos, and he's like, she likes fucking diapers. Like, she likes being in diapers and stuff, and I was like, this is above my pay grade. Good night. And then next time 𝕷𝖊𝖊 came on my stream, I was like, yo, 𝕷𝖊𝖊, do you like diapers? And she was like, no. But, no, this isn't even funny. I'm like, it's not. I'm like, I should know, like, all the details first before I talk about this. Or just ask them. I wonder if you'd answer. 𝕷𝖊𝖊, I just want to know what happened. So loud. So we cleared that one up. We cleared that one up already because I was like, and she's like, no, it's just something they say to piss me off. I'm like, fair, I'll believe you. And I did not dig any further because I'm like, it's kind of what they do. It's like find shit to piss you off. So I'm like, okay, I'll take that at face value. But then someone sent me a clip from Aiden's stream the other night, and apparently Mango, Femioise's sister, or I don't know, sibling, runs a server where animal porn was sent. Which is like, what the fuck? And then I was like, lol, it was just a joke. And then someone was like, what's fucking funny about that? Like, lol. So I'm like, I really want to know what's going on. I'm like, bruh. Yeah. Exactly, because at first I'm like, damn, everyone's literally just picking on Femioise. I'm like, you know, girls gotta support girls. But I'm like, maybe if that is true about Mango, I'm like, I'm gonna reassess the diaper thing. We're gonna have to do a diaper stream deep dive. Find out if it's true or not, dude. I know, I'm like, Femioise, I should have pressed her about it harder last time. I'm like, that is a wild question to ask. But to be fair, she came in here what did she ask? She was trying to debate rape us. My roommate got really mad about me saying that earlier. I'm like, she tried to debate bro us. That's what I meant. Chugging along. I know, I should get. It's okay. It's okay. I thought my dog would be longer. Probably gonna call it at like 11:50. That's my idea. But if you guys want an opportunity to rizz up Zoe, the Google Forms is in my. I know people really don't like that word. I'm like, this is fair. This is fair. I'm like, fuck. I wish I could have just. You know it's bad when they like. You wish you had an editor to like cut up their video. Okay, pyrocynical stuff I've learned about. I'm gonna skip ahead a little.
Well, not really. He didn't mention his name, but he did say that he was basing his response on the document that Tom wrote.
Recently, for those who are unaware, I've been accused of grooming a...
Yes, this is a criticism that everyone has levied. Anything new? This is like 3 months ago, which I know I'm not one to talk.
Accusations of him making that Google Doc with malicious intentions, but he does a really poor job at justifying himself for his actions.
In reality, this was me doing my best to put all the information on the table and allow some room for interpretation for what people think. I intentionally didn't make a judgment call, and I tried to make more non-definitive statements in the document as more
Rehashed.
Another way he tried to frame me as being disingenuous by claiming that the document leaves so much out because I don't cite until later in the document.
If he only goes over the pyro stuff and the N-word, I'm gonna lose it.
So bad. The original conclusion.
He said I'm gonna go over every single Turkey Tom controversy. I'm like, or just like the 2 most famous ones.
Over Turkey Tom, calling him out because WestJet did make a video about a topic that apparently he did not research very well. Are you recording? What? In said video, WestJet goes over WestJet said the pyro.
Okay, so we have 3. You're using 3 to support like your main claim, and then it's like 2 of the most like I don't know if they're already like hashed out. It's like
A few months ago, I saw this video from this absolute-based individual who goes by the name of WestJet. Said video is titled 22-year-old Sigma roasts me, and the thumbnail was none other than Mr. Bates himself, so I had to watch it. In said video, WestJet goes over Turkey Tom, calling him out because WestJet did make a video about a topic that apparently he did not research very well.
Are you recording? What is wrong with you? You have a... WestJet, you actually have a brain? Are you Yes. Like, you have a brain?
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
A couple of days ago, I uploaded a video on VTuber cheating allegations that said related to some of the stuff was kind of like iffy. My research wasn't the best as Turkey Tom roasted me.
Are you fucking...
Yeah, was this person fucking retarded?
Yes.
Negative.
body. No, she did not. No, she didn't. Are you okay? I actually have to pull up the document at this point in time. Okay, this is actually insane. This is actually nuts.
Then Turkey Tom would tell WestJet that he's a lousy reporter because he doesn't do his research well enough, despite that being his job.
Mistakes were made. I beat ages, bro. Nobody got time for that.
Yeah, apparently not even you do. To do your fucking job, WestJet. It's your job to report on this stuff.
This is absolutely hilarious when you take into account that not even a couple of months before, Turkey Tom would upload a video absolutely blazed, in my opinion at least, on the whole Ali Coca drama, and this dude mentioned this other YouTuber that goes by the name of Coco Bird, who actually is a girl, and he kept calling her a guy the entire time.
This other commentary channel that is run by a 16-year-old called Coco Crazy made a video talking about the Ali Coca drama allegation situation. He called him out. He did walk that line a little bit here, Coco Crazy. You walked the line. So after this child made a video, sorry, I don't want to insult him. I was videos. So after this guy, Coco Crazy, made a video calling out Ali Coca decided to respond to him in the most.
I mean, bro literally pulls up her clips on his video and doesn't even realize that she sounds like a girl.
This video, we will get into Ali Coca, the scumbag church player that lost 98% of his audience.
Damn, Tom, you better be careful who you're talking to on the club when the lights are dim. Well, Turkey Tom would proceed to once again share the
Good joke,
words of
good
his
joke.
brilliant mind with all of us peasants, schooling us with his knowledge about relationships and cheating, which actually foreshadows what is coming later.
Tom was kind of justifying that with that was funny.
Clear, cut and dry example of like, I don't really feel bad for this guy getting cheated on because he tried to pressure her to have sex when she didn't want to. I don't feel bad for him at all. In fact, I wish he'd done it again just for retribution. That would have been funny.
I humbly disagree. I feel like if a guy's abusive, that's the last person you'd want to cheat on because that's just a recipe for disaster.
And at this point in time, I have to pull up this clip of Tom yapping about his work and holding himself on a pedestal due to his research, or well, at the very least, giving himself the right of criticizing others for this.
Frankly, I like WestJet's videos, but I never had like a lot of respect for his research in the first place, and this only once again confirms that to me because he is literally just regurgitating what Reed say on Twitter and not substantiating any claim that he makes.
Yeah, let's remember that this comes from the guy that was victim blaming on a murder based on fake screenshots taken from 4chan of all places. Like, dude, get down, get out of here, dude.
However, he contributing to what is happening.
I've been working on this stupid little thing for my new channel banner. But I'm being lazy.
Turkish Tom was so invested on this story that, to be honest, was quite random. I mean, some people asked me to cover it, and I was like, oh, hell no. 90 pages? Yeah. But tell me, Deep, well, I mean, the guy is terminally online, and covering this kind of stuff is his actual job. Unlike me, that I have to slave away on a 9 to 5, I have to pick and choose my battles, okay? So anyway, Tom would get caught in 4K saying this.
I don't care if a guy cheats on a girl. I don't care if a girl cheats on a guy. I don't know. It's not a problem, okay? I have cheated before. I have dated people who've cheated before. It's not chat's problem. It's not the world's problem. It doesn't matter, okay? It's like a thing that happens in relationships. This is absolutely nuts. Wait, Tom cheated? Wait, Tom cheated on someone? Yes. Welcome to being a fucking adult. 70% of every adult you meet will have cheated on someone at some point in their life, okay?
Welcome to being an adult, huh? I didn't know that choose my battles, okay? So anyway, Tom would get caught in 4K saying
This is
this.
so
I don't
funny.
care if a guy cheats on a girl and I don't know them. I don't care if a girl cheats on a guy and I don't know them. It's not my fucking problem, okay? I have cheated before. I have dated people who have cheated before. It's not my fucking like. It's not chat's problem. It's not the world's problem. It doesn't
Dude, this in like muscle tank is so funny.
matter, okay? It's like a thing that happens in relationships. This is actually nuts. Wait, Tom cheated? Wait, Tom cheated on someone? Yes. Welcome to being a fucking adult. 70% of every adult you meet will have cheated on someone at some point in their life, okay?
Welcome to being an adult, huh? I didn't know that being an adult meant being a coward, a piece of garbage, a lying sack of shit, so spineless.
Yeah, but also like, okay, being like it's not okay, cheating bad. I'm like something new. This guy's gonna really he's right. Tom is right that like 70% of people like is that like pessimistic? Yes. But I'm like, is it true? Yes. I'm like, I'm sorry. Out of like everyone I've dated, I've had okay. I'm like, okay, out of every guy I've dated, I've had literally only one of them like not cheat on me. Statistically, He's correct.
is not able to tell the truth to someone else's face, instead going behind their back and hurting
It
them.
is cowardice. It is pussy. It is. We should change like cheating culture instead of. But I'm like, it is.
Giving this
That is
person
part of being an
trauma and
adult.
trust issues for the rest of their lives. Well, I guess the big Lebowski is still not an adult. I think I don't need to clarify that no, cheating on someone is not in fact being an adult. An actual responsible adult would go to the other person and talk to them about the problem, or just end your relationship before doing something so retrograde as what Mr. Tom is saying.
No, I don't think it should happen either. I'm like, I haven't cheated on anyone. I'm just saying, I'm like, out of all the relationships you know, of people that are still together, or even marriages, I'm like, I cannot. I don't know one couple that's together right now that has not had infidelity issues, that's been together for a long time. Like, I can think of a couple that haven't had infidelity issues because they like came out of a divorce and then like got together after that. But I don't know any parents that are still together. Like, it is part of being an adult.
And then talk to them about the problem, or just end your relationship before doing something so retrograde as what Mr. Tom is saying. And the fact that he just said that in such a calm and confident manner is so funny, dude, especially when you take into consideration the next and final part of this video. So I decided to put this part at the end of this video because from all of the points that I've discussed so far, this one is the least serious one, and it's actually quite funny, to be honest. And besides, unlike the rest, these are mostly allegations with circumstantial evidence that in my opinion make me believe that this story is true. However, like I said, these are just allegations. So on the previous section, Mr. Welcome to Being an Adult was lecturing us on how people need to grow up and accept that at some point in their lives, they are either going to cheat on someone or be cheated on. Blatantly.
It's so like easy to like, I don't know, hypocrisy and stuff too, where it's like, yeah, all that stuff like sounds logical in the moment, but then it's like in other situations you could be like
Meaning to having cheated himself, making it look like it wasn't a really big deal. Well, it turns out that Turkey Tom, the most based Sigma male on YouTube, allegedly got cheated on by one of his exes. So the story goes that this other YouTuber known as 𝕷𝖎𝖛, who at the same time was part of the commentary community, and Tom's ex-girlfriend, who goes by the name of Kai,
this is what we came for. This is what we came for.
By one of his exes. So the story goes that this other YouTuber.
The story goes, I wish we had any kind of confirmation. Agreed. Agreed. Was this before or after? I want to know if like the Turkey Tom, like the everybody has cheated stream was before or after like the lyrics allegations. This shit's fucking funny though.
That Turkey Tom, the most based Sigma male on YouTube, allegedly got cheated on by one of his exes. So the story goes that this other YouTuber known as 𝕷𝖎𝖛, who at the same time was part of the commentary community, and Tom's ex-girlfriend, who goes by the name of Kai, apparently decided to join the adult.
The fact that all of these my fellow content creators, but all three of these people look like the group of fucking like alternative kids that was like not, I was gonna say not invited. You're not invited to local shows, but like they were wearing like fucking Ask Me Alexandria. No, not even. They were wearing like Sleeping with Siren shirts instead of like getting involved with their local scene at all. Like, ugh. Oof. They all are like e-girl emo, like e-boy emo instead of like, you know. Like I guarantee you, like 1 out of 3, if any of them, went to like a Warped Tour before 2017.
Was spraying like a wildfire, and so
I bet most of you would. I bet all 3 of them, like Kai, 𝕷𝖎𝖛, and Turkey Tom, would be like, yeah, I don't know. I was too young to go to Warped Tour. Like, no, bro, you weren't. You're just into the scene late, is what. No. I'm just saying, they just seem like late wave. Late wave. Hello, late wave. You can tell they like thought that like the Holy Trinity was something at a point. You can tell like, yeah, I don't know. You can tell they thought like a Data member was like cool and underground in the alt scene, okay?
So I said you have oh my god, Salvo. Come on.
Is that true?
Is that true? We had to go here.
My friends dragged me to 𝕷𝖛𝖊. I don't know if you know what that is. It's my only experience.
No, I don't know.
And that was super fucked up.
I don't know.
So you can go on the record. So you can go on the record and say you did not.
I've never seen this stream. I've been wanting to see this.
So you, I don't know. So you can go on the. So you can go on the record. So you can go on the record to say you did not Turkey Tom's girlfriend.
Yes.
I thought you had principles. Lyrics. I thought you always told the truth. I thought you always told the truth.
Well, it's just a rumor.
Where's the clip?
No, it's not. It's confirmed.
I DM'd you. Alberto's and Lyric's
DM'd
reaction,
you.
in my opinion, immediately give away the fact that they really don't want to talk about this. Lyrics gets all nervous, and Alberto's saying, "Come on, do we have to go there?" It's really a sus way to react. I mean, if the whole thing was nothing, they would have just laughed about it and moved on. And to make things worse, during that call, Salvo would keep pressing Lyrics for him to comment on the cheating situation.
Lyrics, you told me a year ago that you. Why are you lying now? Because you're back in the community.
That is fucking crazy.
Situation.
Lyrics, you told me a year ago that you. Why are you lying now? Because you're back in the community.
Yeah. I'm like, has anyone checked on that girl? I'm like, rip that girl.
About to play the clip.
Fucking wild.
I'm just curious. He talks about principles, but he told me a year ago
Wild.
he did it. But now that he's trying to get it,
Salvo, I don't know what the fuck, Salvo, I don't know what the fuck you're memeing about. I don't take anything you say seriously, but you are funny. But if you have any evidence, I mean, drop it. I mean, like,
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I never know if this situation is like a joke or not, because I hear like the, oh yeah, like you said, like you fucked her. It'd be so funny though if it was true. I choose to believe it's true because it's funnier this way.
genuinely and actively
where
asking.
did he tell you? So why should I take anything you say
Hell yeah,
seriously?
Electric! I can't wait to see it.
Alright,
Because
where
it's
did
a
he tell you?
question. It's a question. He told me after he joined a live stream where I was dunking on flamenco, he said he has things on Turkey Tom, and he'll tell me off stream, and he told me it, and I didn't tell anyone about it, and it got out, and I'm just asking him about it.
Yeah, true. Alright, let's play a clip.
Are you denying? Why are you denying now?
Do I have to address this meme, dude? This is a meme.
It's not a meme. We know it's
Alright.
not a meme.
Then
We're
drop
just wondering.
Drop any evidence.
We don't need.
Good play. That's a good play. Be like, ha ha ha, it's lols, and then they're like, no, it's literally not. Be like, proof? A problem?
We don't need evidence. Are you denying?
Was
yes
it
or
a
no?
call? Was it? I've said it multiple times.
He's like, what do
So
you got
you're
on me?
denying.
Literally, like, when a subject goes in for questioning, like,
So yeah, so a couple of points to address here. Salvo asks Lyrics why is he denying these allegations of him being a cheating scumbag, and if it is because he is, quote, back on the community. And he's referring to the fact that Lyrics got kicked.
or I'm sorry, Lyrics being a cheating scumbag. If it was a fucking, if the genders were swapped, Lyrics is not a cheating, it's not, Lyrics wasn't in the relationship, was he? I'm sorry, blame the person in the relationship. I'm like, not.
Out of the commentary community by Tom's buddies, who, like I mentioned before, were the big boys at the time, and apparently they had the power to do such things. The second thing I want to point out is that Salvo mentioned that a year ago Lyrics called him on stream to say that he had some bombs to drop about Turkey Tom, but then he got cold feet. Salvo claims that back then Lyrics was about to say that he indeed Tom's ex-girlfriend.
Very important information about Turkey Tom.
Boom! Let me replay that, guys, right?
You're shopping it
guys,
around.
Keep in mind, a year ago, when I hear LaRox talk about how he has very important information about...
I don't watch K-pop. I'm like, rip though. I'm like, it's just gross because I'm like, remember, no matter who it was, remember if they fucked or not. Turning like a girl's, who she fucking smashed into a head, like this girl will never like, bruh.
about
It would just be so different if it was like a guy. Like,
while he's kicked out of the commentary community.
it would be so different. Like the, oh yeah, like you fucked her. Like when Morale talks about me, he's like, oh yeah, you stank fucked her. Like, bro.
It doesn't register with me. I think that he's doing a bit. Now, we've done the timeline. This stream happened in the middle of him being ousted because he had sex with Turkey Tom's girlfriend. Now, let's take 5.
Very
This, I love, 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 love the internet because it's just like people get caught up on like the stupid shit. Like everyone really cares about who's like dating who's fucking who. Like,
If it's a,
like this sounds personal,
if you're,
but
if you're about to,
it's
okay,
funny
yes,
though.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you want me to tell you in DMs or do you want me to say it live?
Say it live. So there we go. He wants to say it. He even, you can tell he's hesitant about it. He even is like, I wanna get back at Turkey Tom so bad. Do you want me to tell you in DMs? Oh, and I wish I said DMs. But of course, I'm doing a live stream. I'm like, no, tell it on the live stream, right? Tell it on the live stream. Oh, boy. Guys, listen.
No, I'm not doing this shit. No, but just keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for Nicholas DiOrio and Turkey Tom.
Yeah, keep an eye out for Nicholas DiOrio and Turkey Tom.
So yeah, Lyrics just kept acting more and more sus about this whole situation, and things just kept happening that made this whole story even more embarrassing. There was a clip circling around of Lyrics.
Okay, to be fair, I'm only like smirking in this fucking. They were literally doing the exact same thing to me on New Year's, okay? So it's satisfying to see other people's like personal, not other people's, but specifically the people that aired out my dirty, not even dirty laundry, but like cringe, embarrassing nothing burgers. Let's air out their embarrassing nothing burgers, right? That's fair.
Jalen, they were in a Discord call that had to end abruptly.
Like they milked mine for all it's worth. We can do a little retrospective look together, okay?
And we aired some crazy leaks about this situation, including the fact that apparently Turkey Tom showed how much it hurts to be an adult, and he allegedly carved Guy's name on his chest.
No, dude, I don't give a dude.
Okay, I do not think that's true. That's the one part of the story that I'm like, it's got to be fake.
That apparently
he did not like cut my life into pieces, like.
Turkey Tom showed how much it hurts to be an adult, and he allegedly carved Guy's name on his chest.
This can't be true.
No, dude, I don't give a dude. I don't give a though. I don't. Keep saying the N-word.
Why do they all fucking dress like that?
Keep doing dumb shit because then I could make money.
Yeah. I'll just be sure not to carve my girlfriend's name into my chest.
Okay, can you? That is. And she left. That is not.
That's so awkward.
Jalen should have not said that. That is not. That wasn't me. Wait, don't get the wrong impression. That was not. Wait. No, now it sounds like that's something that I did, and she just exposed me. That's not. That's someone else. Okay, this is not good, dude. Jalen knows too much too. Why does Jalen know that? This is not good.
I know.
Again, Lyrics' attitude.
I know. That's the thing. I'm like, I found out on like the smaller scale too, but I'm like, from the outside in, you're like, oh my god, they're all like besties, and I'm just like, no, dude, they're all just fucking content farming like each other. It's sad. It's sad. Like, damn. Like that moment was like that face where it's just like the. Like, why are we doing this?
That wasn't me. Wait, don't get the wrong impression. That was not. Wait. No, now it sounds like that's something that I did, and she just exposed me. That's someone else. Okay, this is not good, dude.
Self-harm is not cool.
Jalen knows too much too. Why does Jalen know that? This is not good.
Of course.
Being a adult.
Again, Lyrics' attitude here is, in my opinion, that of someone who knows very well that what Jalen just said actually happened. I mean, why else would he say Jalen knows too much? Anyway, later on, some DMs between Lyrics and Jalen were leaked by Jalen himself, by the way. And once again, Lyrics was put between a rock and a hard place. So in these DMs, we can see that Jalen posted a picture of Tom without a t-shirt. Told you something that I shouldn't have. I mean, that Lyrics would get triggered by this and would say, dude, what the why would you tweet this? Please, Guy's name on MS Paint alluding to the carving allegations. Lyrics would get triggered by this and would say, dude, what the why would you tweet this? Please delete. I trusted you for some reason and told you something that I shouldn't have. I mean, that right there is almost admitting to it. I don't know what other way can.
It's so funny. I mean, that's not funny. That part's not funny. But I'm like, I trusted you some reason and I shouldn't have. I'm like,
we see this,
so
especially
the like, why would you do this? Blah blah blah. I'm like, everyone's just like,
Then
haha,
sends
didn't you watch mine and learn from my mistakes? I'm like, sometimes you just gotta learn from
screenshot
your
of
mistakes.
Tom with his ex's name on his chest and the evidence incriminating 𝕷𝖎𝖛𝖊 by default Tom for being a cock
I'm
and a
like, and for
cringe.
anyone that's just joining or tuning in and out, we just got here. Hello, Fudgy. Hello, Win. It's been a dog shit video, I say, but I was looking for this specifically. We're
Emo
finally
just
there,
kept
like an hour
coming and
later.
piling up.
But now, since the tide's turned against Tom a little bit publicly, now he's going full unhinged mode and trying to use any justification possible to try to snake Turkey Tom. Which, by the way, I'm pretty fucking confident Alberto behind the scenes has been feeding all the information to this sector where you guys have probably heard the allegations about fucking Tom and whatever. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about my own personal life on stream. If you expect me to talk about my own personal life, especially things that are of that detail live on stream, you're obviously delusional. Of course, I'm not going to go on about that publicly. This is not good. I should ignore that. That is too much information that cannot be leaked because that is not good. I mean, that was just about as I expected, though. Like, what the fuck did you guys expect? Like, that was just nothing. Like, that was just nothing. Jalen's gonna carve her cheating girlfriend's name. Okay, can you... What the f... Dude, what do people know?
I mean, at this point, the guy wasn't even denying doing what he was accused of. All the while, Turkey Tom was being silent, probably because his chest was hurting too much. Anyway, so to wrap up, after Tom going viral for saying that cheating is based, he went on a Chat Logic stream and he would ask Tom about the whole cock and cringe emo carving allegations, and Tom's answers were really weird. I mean, you would think that if none of that happened, you would just deny, but he left the door open for interpretation.
I don't want to make it awkward. I don't want to make it awkward. But chat are asking about lyrics, Tom. Comment.
This giving me anxiety.
What do you wanna ask?
Like, no one should be out for their own self-harm stuff,
Blocked
okay?
you, or vice, or both? What's that about?
Oh, I blocked him.
Why?
I don't think they've been friends for like the last year.
Yeah, we haven't been friends for a few years. Obviously.
Any reason?
Oh, oh my god. It's just so weird. I've never seen this stream. I'm like, it's so weird.
Yeah,
Well,
there's a lot of
when
reasons.
When he came back,
Oh,
he was
many
fighting
reasons.
out-
Okay.
No, when Lyrics came back, he was like threatening Tom and shit like that a while ago with Jalen. Remember?
It is so funny to see once again Nicolas Diorio trying to sweep for Tom at every moment. Like, bro didn't even let Tom answer the question by himself, dude.
I'm like, can you just like say that you hate Nicolas Diorio? Like, I don't fucking understand. Like, bro, examples you give
That a while ago with
dog
Jalen.
shit are dog shit.
Remember?
Yeah, obviously when it's like, oh yeah, was threatening with like, if someone's bringing up your friend's self-harm on stream, you know what the instinct is gonna be, like, to hop in, or like bring up stuff that's involving a victim that doesn't want to come out. Yeah, you're gonna jump in, like, bro, sweeping is such a fucking stupid term, because I'm like, any like empathetic person is going to sweep for people we care about, like, or want to give them the benefit of the doubt, especially when they pride themselves on their like transparency and like giving their opinions like you do, like you're in the exact same sphere, like, you know. Yeah, no, he has, but I'm just like, you gotta substantiate your arguments when it's like, oh, this guy fucking sweeping. Sweeping started as an implications for like brushing people's behavior under the rug, right? So, and it's just lost all connotation because it's like, oh, you're sweeping. It's like, okay, as much as I don't like Sunday's editor coming out and being like, Sunday saying this one thing that might have been a little bit charitable to Destiny. He was clearly sweeping for Destiny in this Destiny Exposed video. It's like, we've lost the plot. We've actually lost the plot. I am from America. Where are you from?
It is so funny to see once again Nicolas Diorio trying to sweep for
Like,
Tom at every moment.
Sweeping is completely like, you have to like willfully ignore like natural human instincts, right?
Like, bro didn't even let Tom answer the question by himself, dude.
Yeah, so to be clear, I have no intention to leak anything about anyone. I have literally no desire to do that, and I would only do it if someone else did it. So that's
all I'm saying. But I don't hate lyrics. There's other stuff involved there, but I just don't want to be around him, frankly. That's about it.
I'm just giving the people
But,
what
you
they
know.
want, Tom, okay? I'm trying to be fair here.
No, that's fair. I mean, I get it, you know. It's a drama stream. Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of
I
rumors
deleted the
floating
wrong
around
one.
about it. But you know, I'm only going to
Sorry.
clarify it if I have to, basically. Yeah.
It's a blood play, yes or no?
Extremely. I'm vampiric.
You're using a joke to get around it.
Yeah, like you're not engaging with the exact argument or perspective that I want you to. So you must be sweeping, like, bro. Sweeping is deliberately covering up people's actions or behavior or words. I mean, you know.
Into blood play? No, I'm not into
Cutting
blood
yourself.
play.
Are you into cutting yourself? And, you know, for the sake of your partner.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is I feel like I love commentary. I really do. But it's just like the line, like where do we draw the line? Like the whole like Hamilton, like haha, you got fucking raped. Like the are you into cutting yourself? Like, is this like really funny? Like we get it. Like we're all here for content. It's all like lols, but I'm like, where do we draw the ethical line? You know?
Am I into cutting myself? No, I'm not into cutting myself.
I think the most ridiculous part of this whole cheating situation is the carving her name part. I mean, yeah, anyone can get cheated on, sad as that is, but dude, carving someone else's name for them to come back, and after they already cheated with...
And see, that's my problem with this essay. I'm like, this video, I'm like, it's just like the blatant hypocrisy at every fucking turn. Like oh, Mr. fucking, yeah, it's part of being an adult to cheat. Like, you're such a piece of shit. It's part of being an adult to, like, I don't know, be willfully ignorant or whatever. And then it's like, oh yeah, do I like cutting myself? It's like, oh no, you just did it for fucking fun, you little prick. It's like, you're like completely contradicting your own like perspective, like in the way that you interact with it. You know what I mean? Like, when it's towards someone that you're unsympathetic towards, it's, you know, very stupid video.
With someone you knew? Yikes. Not so base, dumb. Not so base. Turkey Tom is definitely an interesting character. Like I said, he has some decent takes, and people seem to find the guy really likable. However, I don't think he's someone...
We're not even talking about that. I'm like, it doesn't really matter. I'm like, you shouldn't care about like someone who's separate the fucking. We were not even talking about that. We're just talking about the like this guy's video, like 𝕷𝖛𝖊, because I was trying to find out if like the Turkey Tom like lyrics thing was true, like that lyrics like fucked like Turkey Tom's like girlfriend back in the day. I'm like, yeah, fair. I was trying to figure out if that was true because I'm like, I always hear that like around the block. So I was looking for it. I find this fucking horrible video essay called "Is Turkey Tom Really That Based?" Parentheses, he's not. Yeah, I'm like, just little synopsis. And yeah, no, it's just the fucking hypocrisy in this guy because he's like, you piece of shit, cheating is not part of like being an adult. It's like, okay, criticize him for that. And then when Chud's like, what, you like fucking cutting yourself? And then he's like, oh yeah, you don't like it, you do it all the time. Like shut up. Highly like, you can morally grandstand or don't, but you can't pick both.
But anyway, I don't really have anything against this guy. I respect his work, and I guess we all make mistakes, but when you're...
I'm like, I just hate that fucking wrap up. I don't have anything against this guy. We all make mistakes. The preface was like that. I'm not trying to cancel him. I just think he hasn't taken fucking... I don't know about that.
Constantly calling other people on their actions, others are going to start looking at you, and well, if you're...
Yeah, let me see how long ago that was. That scared me. 𝕷𝖛𝖊. Horrible channel. No bueno. I was gonna leave a bad comment, but I'm like, it's not that I even fucking particularly like Turkey Tom. I was just thinking Turkey Tom was true. But that was a horrible video essay. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette and go to bed. Should I bring you guys with me? Or call it? Yes, I did. Where'd you come from? Whose chat were you in? Whose live stream ended where you had to come here? Like, let me know. I don't have like any mods right now. I'm like, dude, it's fucking cold outside. The Caliverse. Keep it simple. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Oh, that's why. That's fine. Valid, I am too. I really wanted to smoke, but I'm like, it's so cold out that I don't even want to. Like, at all. Miss you, Corey. Miss you already, dude. Shalom. What's up, Tilly? How's your day been? I know it's gonna be chilly. Jam, I wish you had seen my political coverage. But you would have been proud. I had like 6 pages printed out. I felt very Gem-esque. Doing good. Thank you. What a weird time. What a weird time to be alive. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how I've been feeling about the whole Destiny thing too. I'm like, it must be very strange. Obviously, I'm like just acclimating to it because I just started making content. But I'm like, it's very strange to see everyone like treating things with like the same level of severity, like stupid shit or like the stupid shit or drama, like the Destiny stuff on the fucking, even like back on the New Year's stream, and then like just immediately going back to like the stupid fucking Colton drama. It's like we gotta like be able to differentiate the severities of these things, you know? You know what I mean? It's gonna be so cold out. We got this. Yeah, for people being like, don't blow over, I'm like, does anyone like actually like analyze the situations that we're going through? Because I really didn't until I started making content. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100, you know? You don't think about it except passively. It's gonna be fucking freezing. Let's do it. Male monkey. Kim Young-ri? Hi, Kim Young-ri. I know, it's gonna be called blood, not true. Yeah, but I'm like, why do you get into it? Want blood, not truth. But yeah, most of the people that I really think want, like, blood, I don't know. They stay away from, like, the really heavy ones for the most part, no? Not always, and I feel like most of the time, at least in the sphere of, like, people I consume, if they tackle something really serious and they seem, like, unequipped or disingenuous or, like, pandering, they get, like, criticized pretty hard a lot of the time. Sometimes it takes a while, but... Did you hear that? Powerful beats for a powerful workout. Yes and no, but I'm like, I mean, you understand when you're like talking about stuff this big, it's like a big responsibility, you know? It's like, I don't know. Did you guys see that? I was just watching fucking Chris the Narc stream or video about fucking Jar and how Jar had made the right video and then he watched someone else's and like put out their own one. I'm like, and just like completely lied. She was crazy. Shit was crazy. Funny video. I don't know if I watched it live or watched it after the fact. I can't remember. I'm like, I might just call it though. Chat's a little dead. Chat's a little dead. We can't even shoot the shit when I'm smoking, bro. You guys are too quiet. It's awkward, okay? Brr. It's gonna be freaking cold out. Wish me luck. I hope you guys had a fucking... Chat, please. I did not sketch with Dawn, I'm sorry. Okay, alright, alright. Alright, we'll go together. Bro. It's one of those years. Let's go chat. I don't want to look up how cold it is because it's gonna be too cold. Welcome. I still don't, that doesn't ring a bell. I'm sorry. To be fair, I talked to not a lot, but like a good chunk of you guys. Sometimes it takes like a handful of showing up for me to recognize you. If I were a lighter, what would I be? Guys, stop telling me how cold it is outside. I'm already trying to get the mental. Nope. Negative. You're probably like 15th because you make me laugh sometimes. Maybe like 17th. Okay, 17th might be a little low for like chatters I could like name off the top of my head. It's definitely a little low. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. We got this, guys. Come on, be done. Let's go. It's gonna be so cold. Maybe 11th, maybe. We got this, we got this. It's gonna be so cold. Yes, sir. My dad got the computer from his friend today. I'm so excited. It's so freaking cold, dude. True. That's the mindset. See how easily chat susceptible I am? The more I read how cold it is, I'm like, oh fuck no. But all it takes is one like encouraging message for me to have my head on straight. I'm like, okay, come on, Pina, let's do this. Come on. And guess what? I can talk a little louder now, like slightly. For a little bit. Guys, I'm working on some videos. I'm like, I want to post like one a week. I'm like, I don't want to jinx myself. One a week next month, but I'm like, sounds a little maybe we should start with like 2 a month instead of like overexerting my ambition, you know? stuff out here. Dude, I feel like I've been... Ah, where the fuck is my lighter? I feel like I've been way worse about, like, filling the silence lately when I'm hanging out with people or at work or something. Because, like, the silence is for a second, and in my head I'm like, dead air. Cringe. Cringe. What do you mean? Yeah, I just take a long time to make videos, which granted, I need to just get better at like being quicker at making videos. But I want to like, that's why I want to get better at like just like streaming and kicking it for a bit, because I'm like, I really like, I want to post more consistently, of course, but I'm like, I want my videos to be like refined, you know? Expertly crafted. As they all have been. True. I'm like, my watch time has gone up like so much more in the past like 2 weeks than it has my entire year making content. It's kind of crazy. I'm just scared because I'm like, I know it's gonna be like a rough go, like transitioning to vertical streams again. I'm like, we'll get there though. We'll get there. I'm like, see, could have been watching something right now. I know it's just you and me and the 4 other people. Yeah. I also just like, I struggle a lot with like commentary stuff in general. Like, my video brainstorm board is like all over the place. Like, I've been thinking of making like a critique videos for like a fat minute, but I'm like, there's so much to say there. I have to like narrow it down into like a more specific topic, you know? Like, I have these like broad, huge ideas, but I'm like, people use dramas, controversies, news, whatever, to like bounce off of and pinball their like giant idea. But I'm like, I start the opposite way, where I'm like, let's talk about what this means, and let me think of like 6 examples that I could use to do it. And I'm like, that's not always the best way to go about things. Maybe when I'm monetized again, because I fucking deleted all my shorts, dude. That's why we're here streaming, okay? Every night, getting our watch time up. Gonna get back in our Google AdSense, okay? I also just like, I still have some, but yeah, I took them like fucking 800,000 worth of views from my channel. Gonzo, I know everyone's like, it's so easy for women to make it on the platform. She has like 3 videos. I'm like, no, you idiot. I privated them all and I started getting shit. I know, for real. I'm gonna be up all night. Right. Yeah, no, that video was a funny watch though, because I'm like, those are literally all the people that were like giving me the hardest time on the New Year's stream. I'm like, damn, they literally were having like messier stuff happen to them. That's why. That's why. I'm like, I get it now. It's like, oh my god, this is happening to someone else. Oh my god, no, I'm not saying like poor me because I'm a woman. I'm just saying because like everyone thinks that it's just because I am a girl that everyone started like watching my channel and stuff. I had like hella shorts before that. Like, I had like 800 subscribers probably on shorts first. I was outside. It was rare to see me inside, TBH. Yeah, it's always, and that's why I started like making friends in this space too, because I'm like, it's always good to like bounce ideas off of people, especially people who have like been at it longer than you, right? All you can do is like ask people who are smarter than you. But I'm like, I've fucked my channel so much. I'm like, just like with being a shorts creator first and stuff, but I've still had some videos do okay, like video videos. So I'm like, right now we're doing the best with what we can. We got my tap phone and my phone. I'm getting my computer very soon, and then we can only go up from there, right? Hypothetically. I can't read that. I'm like, is it that time? Is it that time, guys? It will. Me. No, I didn't. I took her for like several Taco Bell dates for like 6 months. I was hoping the possum would like make a little reappearance, but it's okay. If he wanted to, he would. Who would you make a diss track on? No, I'd make it on this bitch I work with. What did you retract? Cowardly. Just kidding. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. They go electric. Valid. Did you know morale backwards is worm? I do speak English. When I get rich. Get a computer? Just kidding. When I get rich, I'm gonna make sure that I have a car and 2 spare tires in my trunk. I have a car, but I'm like, my car's a little old. Name a car. Toyota Corolla. Miata. Kia Forte. Kia K5. Kia Stinger. Toyota Solera. Mitsubishi Outlander. I don't know what that language is. You gotta translate it to English. I'm sorry. I sound like a commercial for a dealership. It's funny, dude. Yeah, when I get rich, yeah. It depends on how rich I get. Because in today's economy, I don't know what rich is gonna look like. I think society's about to crumble. I'm like, so I'm trying to think about it too hard. I'd be like, I would set my sister up with a house and stuff, but I'm like, I don't think that's gonna matter for too long. I think we're all fucked. Low key. I think I'm gonna get as much as I can and get a bunker and a fat piece of like resource abundant island in Hawaii. You feel? I'm gonna Musk Max, if you will. As in Elon. Not Elon. I'm thinking Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg Max. Dude. It's negative 12 degrees out here in Virginia. It's about that time. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Make sure you join the Discord server. Got some cool stuff planned coming up. Hope you enjoyed. It's been fun. Night. Catch you next time. I'll let you say goodbye to Peanut. Peanut, come here. Good night. Catch you later. Don't work too hard, and I hope you kick this week's ass. Thanks for hanging out. Bye, Jam. Bye, Cryptid. Bye, Latrell. Bye, Quid Toxic. Bye, Fati. Bye, Electric. I don't know if I said that already. Bye, El Taco said it. Bye, Catrick. Bye, Corey. Bye. Later, Gators. If it ends, root for us.